Hey everybody, thanks for hanging out with us just for a little bit. We switched up some technical stuff on the back end, so I'm just going to do a quick check. Aaron, can you say hello?
Hello.
Perfect. There we go. All right, so now you're a little bit louder. Say hello again.
Hello again.
Yay, we're nice and loud. Okay, so yeah, changed up some tech behind the scenes. So the picture should be a little bit clearer on everyone's side. Sound should be a little bit better. And that's, so yeah, that's that. Hi, everyone. Wow, it's been like 2 weeks since we last played Branching Out, and I missed it. So we're going to start off with a little bit of a recap. Aaron, do you remember where we were? I can do this if you want.
I remember we spent the majority of the time having a big old battle
Yeah.
in this. They ended up at a village. She ended up at this village that had been attacked, and she followed the sound of voices, I think. I forget. And ended up at a camp.
Yeah, you came into a village, you found out that they were attacked at night in order to weaken them, and then during the day a whole bunch of like reserves came in, really laid waste to the village and killed some people, and then you were like, you know what, I'm gonna go check this out.
Yep. And when I got there, I went on the beginning of my villain arc and took took out a guard and with a vomit swarm, and which was great. And then ended up trying to burn down the tents, and there was the dog-faced man, or the dog man, the wolf, the wolf man,
Yeah.
who everybody was like, it was this guy. So he showed up, and we fucked him up for a little bit, and then realized he was too strong. So we floated down the river, and then met up with Mortimer, and then Mortimer took the 3 hit point Leshy away to safety.
So, and Mortimer, just as a quick reminder, going back just a little bit, Bramble's been on this journey to go find something known as the last seed of the first Leshy all this time, right? And now something like 8 sessions ago, are we on 8 or 9? Are we on 9 or 10? I think we're on 9.
That was 2 different questions.
I don't fucking know.
I think we're on 9.
I think we're on 9, right? So it's been
8 was last time.
It's been 8 sessions now, and on this hunt for the last seed of the first Leshy, because of human incursion. Oh God, can you shut that window? Is that possible, or is that your only source of fresh air?
That is literally the only thing keeping me alive.
Fair, totally fair.
I will die on stream. So sorry.
No. It's totally cool. So you've been looking for this last seed of the first Leshy release, clues that would lead you there, with the firm belief that this ancient artifact would at least assist in bringing some balance to the natural world, because the threat is human incursion is happening so much and destroying the natural world that in order to preserve itself, the natural world is simply going to close its gates, and those of the natural world are going to go back to wherever that world is. And that's bad, because your home is here. Leshy were born of this material world. And so if the land of nature, or if the realm of nature, Nordaga's realm, is closed off, that means your life sustenance, your energy dissipates, and creatures just like you end up going by the wayside and dying. So
No.
yeah, so that's not good. So in the hunt for this, you came across a couple of people, and one of them was a storyteller. And that storyteller, well, it was told to you by a fae that it was a storyteller.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so when you came...
Which just means that there's like one extra story that this guy knows.
That's exactly it. Yeah. I know 2.
This many.
And it knows. So when you came across the storyteller, you found out it was a fucking basilisk. A basilisk by the name of Mortimer. And when you left Mortimer, you had the clue that the last seed to the first Leshy was in some place called a hidden sanctum, like something ancient and so cliche that it was like, oh yeah, no, that's perfect. So you started heading back to the village, found out that the village was under attack yet again. You just saved it. And then you, through the crowd of people, you start wheedling your way through. And lo and behold, now many, like a full day's travel north of where you last left Mortimer, there's Mortimer turning people to stone out of just sheer defense. You came to Mortimer's aid. The people were not happy about this. You got on Mortimer's back, and the two of you just hauled ass out of there. And that is where we now pick up. Not more, just one story. So yeah, that's the whole campaign thus far. And it's been a journey. The last little bit of info that you had about the hidden sanctum, it was that it was in a land of shadow. That is where it was stored. You would also receive some text from it, from the Ethereal Codex. Everything in this campaign is full of cliche names, and I fucking love it. In the Ethereal Codex, you found out that the hidden sanctum was heavily guarded by elemental things and this and that, and you'd
Sentinels.
and sentinels of the elements and all this other kind of stuff. So that is possibly what you're going to have to face. But the last decision that you made was that, fuck it, I'm going back home. And thus, on your journey, you started heading back north, heading over towards Tearful Brig, the name of your country. But instead of going to Tearful Brig, you had decided that you were going to go to Thicketholm, which is where the council meets. And the council are the only ones who have the ability, in this region anyway, to close the gate between Nordaga's realm of nature and this physical realm. And they've been talking about it, but they don't yet believe it's necessary. And there's been no humans that have really been seen here on force until you have it, and now, or rather, until you saw it firsthand. You took them out, so chances are there's going to be a hell of a lot more. So, on your way to Thicketholm, any questions or anything at all before we actually get started?
No.
You're good?
Yes.
Okay. Let me turn this on, and here we go. That was an abrupt transition.
That was really fast.
That was really fast. So,
doing great.
Anywho, after a day or two of travel, and having licked at some of your wounds to the point where you are finally okay once again, you and Mortimer can see in the distance the towering trees of a capital city by the name of Thicketholm. However, Thicketholm is not necessarily a city in the traditional sense. It is a place that washes you over with reverence for nature. The scent of wildflowers dance on the air as decorations of the same adorn various pieces of architecture around you. Towering trees stretch their branches towards the sky, leaves rustling in a chorus of delicate shushing sounds. Sunlight dapples patterns upon the forest floor, and the byways are those that have naturally occurred between the various trees. Every step reveals an intricate tapestry of nature's touch. Vibrant moss carpets form the seating areas, and huge mushrooms peeking out from tree trunks act as benches. Various tiny motes of fey energy and of the life themselves flit about as giant arboreal beings offer silent wisdom and warm greetings. Though sprawling across an entire forest, Thicketholm still has an intimacy about it. An intimacy between nature and fey, and nature and the physical realm that is not yet lost. Small stone homes were built for fire elementals, whose soft glow acts as illumination for the various roads here and there. Tiny whirlwinds of air elementals also spin up here and there, whisking the brown leaves that have fallen after their life cycle was complete, taking them to various compost piles so their nutrients find home in Nordaga's warm embrace once more. Indeed, all of Thicket Home is a perfect marriage between nature and those who would modify it for their own care. There's not a single home here that had been built out of a tree that was living, no green wood used. Instead, everything here had been created by nature for those of nature. Welcome to Thicket Home.
Oh, I love it. I feel like the elementals are like the infrastructure workers. There's like garbage carts and like they're wearing vests with like the little slow and stop signs to direct traffic.
Yeah, that's exactly what you see. There are fire and air. Every now and then you happen to come across a pond, and there are natural stones that are just lined up around it, for decoration, what have you. But around the pond, you can see like spurts of water come out, and upon closer examination, what you notice is that they are tiny water elementals that are simply doing like a ballet in the water.
Oh my god, it's like the Bellagio fountain.
Yes, it's just, every now and then, and you see like one mud elemental, because it's kind of crusty and old now, kind of guiding them all with like a walking stick, which is still an earth elemental getting abused. I mean, it's just.
Oh my god! And then you go over here, and there's like the Fae cast of Ocean's 11 that's about to like do a huge Fae casino heist.
They're over there. They're playing like a game of slots, which is nothing more than several cracks in the tree. And they're like, "Hey, put your coin in there. Bet you'll never get it back." And that's it. That's the entirety of it. It's like it's not even a gamble.
Oh, I got an acorn.
Yeah, it's like there's like this little like place in a little hollow in the trunk of the tree.
Oh my god!
And it just kind of goes inside.
I now need a Sprite Brad Pitt. All right, let's do this.
So, welcome to Thicket Home. There are so many different characters and creatures and other things that are all about that you could easily spend a day here just taking this whole thing up. Once again, Thicket Home, while called a thicket, is not really just that. It is a sprawling forest, cosmopolitan. There are creatures that are well represented here. In fact, you do see a couple of people that you recognize from Willowbark Thicket, your own home. Your own home. And they're off in the distance, doing their own thing. But you remember seeing this person several seasons ago for that particular celebration, and this person over here. And so, while a city that is comprised of thousands of individuals, it really is intimate as well. A polite reminder that all things in nature truly are connected and do know each other. How would you like to proceed? The world is yours.
So I'd want to keep like Mortimer in like the parking garage outside of town. Like I don't want him to come in, but I have a feeling that Mortimer's not gonna want to be by himself. So
let's go through it. I mean, you've got Mortimer, the
okay.
Blinded or blindered basilisk. Anything that he looks at, they're like, ha! Mortimer and you come into town, and you can see a stall that's over there, and all you see is the backside of a giant beast, like the rump and a tail. However, the rump itself is more like a shaggy carpet made up of leaves and vines. The tail itself, one giant whip that splays out into all of its young sapling children.
Whoa.
The feet themselves are like tree trunks, like elephant's feet made out of wood. Complete bark that eases with the bending of knees and what have you. In front of it, no, actually, its front half is contained in a tiny shed that is made out of wood, dead wood in this case, properly constructed, something that you might actually see in more like a human dwelling. But vines have now overtaken it to provide it with a little bit more of the natural look that you are accustomed to. But yeah, the giant rump of this creature is totally in there, firmly believing something. You begin hearing an exchange between that creature and the person inside of it. Am I all the way in?
Oh yeah. No, you're absolutely fine. Come on, hold on.
And you see like a little goblin come out for a second, kind of.
Yeah, no, you're fine. If it rains, you probably won't even feel the thing.
And the guy, they just kind of shakes his head, like,
I can't believe I do this for a living.
and goes back into the building. Turns, sees you coming up the way, and go, hey there, if you're looking for, holy cow, just like turns and dives into the building. It's a basilisk, don't look at it.
No, it's okay. I'm gonna like jump off really quick, but I'm still very injured. So as I jump off, like all of my leaves like just go like,
so you can see like wide set eyes peering in between planks of board, kind of looking out. It's an undead Leshy! Just like immediately on the boards, you start hearing like hammering and nails, and boards start getting piled up in front of the entrance. But I still protect. You're fine.
No, it's okay. Hold on. And I'm gonna turn to Mortimer and I'm gonna say, hold on, don't close your eyes. I don't want to accidentally look at you while I do this. And I'm gonna like, it's okay. I'm gonna.
And you see like thousands of needle-like teeth and two beady little purple eyes glowing like gems. Just kind of like looking around down at the ground. And all you see every now and then is like a little blade of grass kind of goes and turns to stone. And you can feel it's just not having a good time here at all.
Yeah. No. Okay. So we're gonna hide you. It's okay. We're gonna put you in the shed like that friendly plant yak thing over there. And I'm gonna fold. I love him, and I'm gonna fold his blinders down so that it's like a blindfold, and then I'm gonna fuck it. I'm gonna do cast healing plaster to make mud, and then like a cast.
Oh, like over his eyes?
Yeah, make like a cast over his eyes so that his blinders are now stuck to his face.
So, Mortimer, with the two little openings that represent his nose, starts sniffing around for the piece of grass that got turned to stone, sniffs at it, is so accustomed to using its eyes at looking, picks its head back up, opens its mouth, and just takes a mouthful of dirt right next to it, and just continues to repeat until finally he ends up getting the grass. Meanwhile, you end up walking towards the establishment.
Yeah, I'm gonna guide. I have like a little lead rope for him and stuff, so I'm gonna guide him to the goblin and say, "It's okay. He's a vegetarian, and he's not gonna hurt you."
Mortimer's like, "No, I'm not. What are you?"
Mortimer, you're a vegetarian here. You're fine. And I'm gonna be like, can I shack him up for like, I don't know, is it hourly here or nightly? I don't think I'm gonna be staying too long.
It's neverly.
What do you mean it's neverly?
It's neverly. There's not a single chance that you'll ever be able to come in here with that thing. Do you know how many of my clientele are gonna die if that thing gets loose?
Yeah, I'm gonna die.
No, you're not gonna die. No. Besides, you still have debt. You need to pay me for the rest of the month. So no, you can't come in here. I'm sorry. Besides, you're undead. We don't welcome undead.
Who's undead?
You, look at you. Have you seen you? Have you ever seen an undead Leshy? I never did until now, and I'm looking at you.
Well, that's really rude. I went through a whole battle and I'm really tired and I need some healing. And my friend is not an it. He's a he and he's beautiful and he's blind right now. He's not going to hurt you.
You see,
look, I'm going to stick my hand up in his mouth. See, it's fine.
and you're like, chomp, very delicately.
No, that's my hand.
See, I told you. Oh my God, it's turning. No, it's like blood fine. And sap. Do you have sap or blood? It's sap spurting around all over the place. I like how the goblin's voice is slowly changing as the course of the event goes. So you see,
vocally fluid.
It totally. He's a social chameleon. You see little goblin fingers come through the boards, and then the inching up of eyes in between the boards themselves. Oh, you really do look like crap. All right, I'll tell you what. Come on in. And you hear thing, 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 thing. All the boards come down, and you see there's a sign on the inside wall in case of emergency, and he just stacks all the boards up underneath that sign. All right, come on in.
All right. Well, geez, the customer service here is spectacular.
I gotta ask you a question, if you don't mind my asking. Wait, what's this? What the name?
What the name? What the?
And
What's whose
he's
name?
pointing. He's pointing at the basilisk.
Oh, Mortimer.
He just like he grabs his stomach, completely falls back on his back, and it's like rocking. What am I
What's your
missing?
name?
Me? Oh, Bob. But that's beside the point.
Oh, I think Bob's a nice name. See, this is how you have
Oh.
friendly conversations. I don't actually think Bob's a great name.
All right,
but
it's not actually Bob, but it's actually kind of hard to pronounce for people who aren't exactly fluent in Goblin.
Try me.
Boblikask.
Bob it is. So, if you don't mind, since he's blind, he's going to need help eating. Can I rent one of those? And I point to like a wall of like the bucket, like the neck troughs that go over top of things.
Sure.
I'm like, can I? Okay. I'm just gonna maybe the deep one with the teeth. We'll do the extra large, extra deep bucket if you don't mind.
Sure. You're gonna pay in advance for all of the damage that's about to be incurred? I'm just
what do
curious.
You mean damage?
Oh, look at the size of that thing, man! It's got 8 legs. I don't even have enough shackles for that.
You don't need to shackle him. He'll be fine.
you don't need to shackle me.
Well, we don't have shackles that large. All right. Well, it is corporate policy.
I want to speak to your supervisor.
He turns around, takes a hat, puts it on. Hello, how can I help you?
I had a feeling. Listen, I just have really
How can I
quick
help you,
business here.
Karen? Yes, Karen.
I'm only gonna be here for like 3 hours tops, maybe. 8 hours tops. I look it down at my body. I'm gonna need to heal. So if I could just get just the bucket, and I'll pay you in advance. Shit. Do I have money?
It's gonna be. I'm telling you right now. For that kind of. Hold on for a second.
He takes a look outside at Mortimer and looks at the only stall that he has, which is currently occupied by this thing.
Like, it's gonna be 2 silver for secure overnight stay. You said for how many hours?
Just 8. I'll be out by nightfall.
By nightfall. That's a good thing that you arrived here in the morning. This is called setting the stage. So,
Okay, two
you're gonna have
it is. I like.
two
I like
silver.
find, like-
Well, I mean, 2 silver is kind of expensive. It's going to include feed for your trusty steed.
And he picks up a stick and blindly just taps the sign behind him, and it says 2 copper per day includes food.
That says copper. Why are you charging silver?
Inflation per leg.
That seems
That's
rather
got
ridiculous.
8 legs.
His legs are huge.
Exact. Well, yeah, but he only has 4 of them. It's like if it were a wagon, it'd be by the axle, but in this case, we're doing it by the leg. Apparently, he's just come down with a cold too. Fucking love
I'm
NPCs.
gonna be reviewing this on Yelp after this.
And you look across the road and you can see place your reviews here, and just see a bird that's just like, yep.
Yelp. Listen, I'll have you know, I am a premium user of Yelp. I have 567 reviews under my belt. I'm gonna go do my business, and if I hear one bad thing from Mortimer, you're looking at a 1-star review, buddy. I hand him 3 copper.
And you see a couple of cardboard cut out with tinfoil put over them. Stars. It's you see 6 of them.
Yeah, but it's a 6-star review place.
It's complete. The stars don't even match. Some are missing a point.
That looks made up. So here's 3.
3 stars. I'll take it. I'll have my friends totally ratio this. Don't worry about it.
All right. He likes grass. And what else do you like?
Live things that I
Mortimer-
can turn to stone. Apparently, he's taking on a whole normal voice. Mortimer looks at you. It's his neck like craning. It would really help if you took off the mud.
I
I can
can't though
only
because
I can only eat stone.
oh,
That's
beautiful. Okay.
That's the ecology. Yeah, well, hold on. I've got popcorn for you. And he like looks around real quick, grabs like a wooden cup and like puts some pebbles in it. How will this
Yeah.
do?
All right. Mortimer, I'm sorry, buddy. I can't risk it with so many living things here. But and I'm gonna give the guy another copper, the goblin. I'm gonna say, you keep this filled with rocks, and you take care of it.
Mortimer like kind of comes over to you, and with like a mouthful of teeth and a tongue that slithers between them, whispers in your ear, "I need to eat stones that used to be alive. That's why gaze can petrify them. The
Gotcha.
insides are still soft."
Gotcha. All right. Here's what we're gonna do. And I lean up on the counter to the goblin guy.
He looks at you, you're looking for a place to put your arms, and he's like, hold on, bang, bang, bang. He erects a counter and then puts it under your elbow.
Excellent. Here's what we're gonna do, buddy. What's your Bob? Bob. This is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna leave you a guaranteed 6-star review. But
Yeah. What do I gotta do?
If I find out that Mortimer had a bad time and I'm taking off his mask. If I found out he had a bad time, your 6-star review is gonna turn into an eternity under rock and stone, if you catch my drift.
You see, he looks over your shoulder, looks at the bird across the road, and all you hear is, "No!" And just like, all right, yeah, all right, that's fine. We can do this.
All right, you keep that bucket filled with plants, and he'll turn them to stone and take care of the rest. But don't
I
Don't mess
prefer
with
meat. What do you say?
what?
He prefers nothing. We've got this. Don't you worry. Six. I'm getting nervous. That's why I'm burping. I love to have you got six stars.
6 stars.
It's gonna cost you 3 copper to earn that, you know.
All right, I'm just gonna take his mask off now.
No,
It's all right.
no, it's fine. It's only 2 copper. We've got this. We'll see you at the end of tonight. We'll see you at the end. Whatever. We'll see you today. Later. After today. After tonight.
Good job.
Okay. Thanks. Okay. Bye.
Good job, buddy.
Later, bye.
And I'm gonna like take off his the mask, and the blinders kind of just go like, and they like fling back, and I'm just saying, Mortimer, mind your
Mortimer
manners.
has his eyes closed, and he hears you remind him, mind your manners. And all you see is the closed mouth, like.
Yeah,
The
you
goblin.
look great.
The goblin, meanwhile, is completely frozen in place. He's not moving at all, and at his feet is a slowly growing puddle.
Oh, okay. You're not petrified. Great. Mortimer,
Yes.
don't look at anybody. I got business to take care of here, and I got your back if you got mine. All right.
The goblin says, "I'm only reaching into my backpack. No sudden moves." And as you walk away, you can see, you turn around, you see the goblin kind of fumbling around and whatnot. And he has on a pair of black glassed goggles, probably used for welding. And he's just like not having it, not understanding how basilisks work. He's like, "Come on, Marty, let's go." And he goes out to the fields and goes, "Hey, look, a rabbit."
They're gonna be friends. They're gonna have a nice time. And then I'm gonna go to like I guess there's like a main. I'm gonna guess there's like a main square with like a mall directory kind of situated in the
Okay. So you walk up the road, all right,
And you can see trees that have simply grown to form an archway, a massive archway over Thicket Home. You have to walk in between them. And as you do, that's when you begin smelling everything. The road immediately divides into two sections, west and east, essentially. You're heading north on the road, by the way, so you are coming in from the southern portion of the city. When you come in, there are no signs per se, but you can see what appears to be a tree stump at the junction of that. And there is a sign, a crude sign, that says Free 411.
3411. 3411?
It is now.
Oh, is it 411? Like, is there a information thing?
That's just what it says.
Okay.
It's just a tree stump.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna knock on the tree stump.
Sure. And you'd see the whole stump kind of flips back a little bit, like the top of it kind of flips open like a garbage lid. What do you want? And you see some guy, he comes out. He's giant, he's green, and he's fuzzy.
It's literally 411. Okay. Yeah. Hi. So I got a couple of things here. Is there a hospital around here? And also,
he looks at you
human.
up and down, and he's like, what kind of medicine are you looking for? Are you looking for like something that's gonna heal those wounds? Or are you looking for something that's gonna like help you regrow? Because there's potted soil over there you can plant yourself in, or you can go over that way and get some some sap treatment.
I mean, the soil sounds like it's gonna take a while. I'm paying hourly over at that goblin place. So,
I'm so sorry to hear about that.
Yeah, well, it's the only one I could find, and of course, the ones that are like right before the main town are
Sure.
always more expensive. Yeah, of course. So I probably quick and on the cheap. would be
Sure,
nice.
over there, you're gonna look for your sap treatment. You're gonna find old Father Oakhart person up over there, and he'll help you out.
Sounds new. Is he
Brand
new? You're
new.
still getting used to saying his name.
More like a sapling. I just kind of met him like a decade ago. Yeah, his
Oh.
name hasn't yet stuck.
Yeah, of course. It hasn't been rooted yet, if you catch my drift.
Yeah, that was good. All right, you gotta go now. And he ducks
Yeah.
back into the trunk and
No,
brings the lid down.
No, wait. I'm gonna knock again.
Let's
Wait,
go. What
hold
do you
on.
want?
Hey, it's me again.
Oh, hell, it's
so
been
I also-
years.
Yeah, so good to see you. So how's your wife? How's your kids? So
Dead. Thanks for asking.
Oh no.
Nature. That's what happens.
Yeah, of course. it's
Survival of the
dog's
fittest.
way.
Fucker Darwin came in here, completely rewrote all the rules.
Oh, I hate that guy. So I'm also looking for the council, the town hall. Where would I find that?
Oh, that's easy. And the big giant furry finger points off to the right, and you can see all the way down, various buildings start to almost as if grow in size the further the further down it goes, casting an odd illusion on the entire place. Like no building is actually changing size. They're all the exact same size the further down you look. It's just a weird. Yeah, ignore that illusion that the DM just totally described. You can see it's just a mind fuckery. Anyway, just go down that way. Meta.
Brilliant.
We're fucking meta all over the place.
Brilliant. All right. Well, I'm sorry to hear about your wife. Maybe you'll find love in the next 10 years. Bye.
Oh, I've
And
got
then
20. All right, fine.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go to the place to get healed. Actually, no. I'm gonna go to the town hall first.
Go to town hall?
Yeah, I want them to see me this way.
You mean the council hall? Okay.
Council hall. Yeah.
All right, I had to refill. Okay, so you
Are you drinking wine?
Oh, fuck yeah, I am.
Oh, fuck! I want wine.
You opted for coffee, man. I mean,
The two are not mutually exclusive. I can have both.
they will be in a moment. Anyhow,
All right, go ahead.
so
as you go down the sunlit, dappled pathway.
The path itself even changing as you move down it, because as some of the arboreals uproot themselves and move just a little bit and replant themselves, the stones and everything like that that form the various pathways between everything, it also change. When you do finally arrive, however, it is undeniable. On the left-hand side, on flush with all other buildings lined up against the path, you can see a grand hall. It sits amidst this vibrant embrace of thicket home, as if the trees themselves have curled up around it, its boughs just hovering directly in front of it, as if to really bring it into its own little cove. It is a wooden structure, entwined with lush vines and adorned with delicate carvings depicting nature's wonders. Each of these, you can see the names of all of the Ents that have formed this, who have donated themselves after their time had come. Rather than giving nutrients, they decide to provide a home to those that would be of this council. The hall is simply harmonizing with the surrounding landscape. In its front, tall, extravagant stained glass windows filter sunlight into the hall, whose doors are completely open. In fact, there are no doors. It is simply a large, open airway for you to pass through. All are welcome, it says, in various languages, magical script changing to whatever it is that you happen to read, in this case, Sylvan. The stained glass, of course, casting soft, colorful hues on a polished stone floor. You can see every now and then the stones kind of they lift up, and about 1,000 legs underneath them move, and then another stone comes and puts itself down into the former's place. Within, you begin picking up a sense of wisdom and authority that is completely pervading the air. The main room, indeed, there really is only one. This building, while it is a grand hall, it is compared to all others. The hall's function only has one purpose. No bureaucracy here. Simply provide a cover for those that are gathered within. The main room is adorned with shimmering tapestries, each with a lick of magic that has been applied to it, displaying scenes of moving fey folklore and beauty of the natural world. You see several high-backed chairs, all of them intertwined branches that have formed these chairs themselves, what is it? It's not willow. There are those who make bushes.
Wicker.
Is it wicker? They grow.
Wickers.
They grow. The artists will form these branches into like living. It's living sculpture that appears to what has happened here. The difference is that these trees are also, these chairs are also firmly rooted to the dirt ground inside of this one chamber, the polished stone being the foyer. Adorned with these tapestries, high-backed chairs, you can see leaf motifs and more, the leaf themselves. 2 leaves have completely grown symmetrical to each other on either side. They all encircle, however, an ancient tree stump, honoring the past. And every now and then, you can see a hand come out from a chair, each one completely filled, and rub its hand lovingly on the table's surface, a reminder of where all things must one day go. A regal figure around this round table, facing you, sits across and presides over the gathering, their gaze carrying the weight of age and deep connection to the land. Once you come in and your eyes adjust to the otherwise, it is fairly lit, but the sun and the trees above move the light around, and shadows and beams here and there. You can see wisps every now and then glow and cast their soft glow down upon the table and whatever writings anybody happens to be looking at. You can see approximately 7 individuals in front of you. This includes your own representative from Willowbark Thicket.
Excuse me.
The one across the table raises its hand slowly. You see, she looks over and says, "Pardon us. What can we do for you?"
I come with a urgent matter regarding everybody in Tearful Breg.
The chairs, the roots themselves start stretching a little bit, and the chairs with those in them slowly rotate to face you before settling back down, the roots resettling. Everyone looks at you. Here's what you see. There is one who introduces herself. "I am Willowina." And you can tell her gentle, nurturing presence with a voice that flows like a gentle breeze through the trees. She seems to radiate a deep sense of peace and wisdom. She's an elf. She's looking at you. The one that is seated next to her left, the one at the head of the table. She says, "I am Alara." This one, you kind of recognize some of the clothing. It seems to come from the sunflower fields. That's a little bit further to the north. Less forest, more fields. And here you can see some bright yellows and browns completely embraced in that. When she spoke, it evoked a warm-hearted sense and a nurturing demeanor. You've heard her name before, Ilara. She seems to be one who is completely neutral, always balancing things, but more siding with how nature would deal with it. When you cut down a tree, no vengeance is immediately sought, but that tree will also no longer provide you with shade or food if it bore fruit. She completely understands that, at least according to myth. There's another. This one, stalwart, a small, medium-sized arboreal. A hair that comes down like green and verdant, hanging down with vines that have been woven back into braids. They introduce themselves as Thalarin. They are representing Oakenshield Forest, by the way. And you are...
Oakenshield.
Yep. Then you see another, and that is from Moonwater Lake. This one looks to be more humanoid than others. Well, humanoid just means 2 legs, 2 feet, or two legs, 2 arms, a head, and a torso. But this one appears to be more of a watery kind, almost like a watery elf.
I was going to say it's the water elf. It's the aquatic elves.
Rialil.
Yes.
Yes. And she introduces herself with a common name, Thalia.
Thalia. Okay.
There's a slight melodious tone that comes through her voice. Not at all like a gargling sound like she's talking underwater. She's clearly breathing air. Then you can see that there is whispering, the representative for a whispering breeze. This is a vast open plain known for swift winds and abundant wildlife. This one's name is Raelin, Raelin, according to the natural wood sign that appears before all of them. This is one who is very active. And you can see, like, as the wind blows and has all the rush, like it turns along with it, that is the personality you get here. It is completely mercurial, just going back and forth, and is energetic, just waiting to explode with new life.
Are they an air elemental?
No, this one, they are all humanoids of some kind. They seem to be an amalgamation of various species within. All of them are fae or elves.
Okay.
So
that one. Okay, so that one's an elf, right?
Of sorts. Seems to be an elf, but you're picking up on some Leshy vibes as well.
Okay. I think I know which eel it is.
Cool.
All right.
This one, the one next to, looking at a medium-sized, what by all looks, with a strong jaw and other things, more of a masculine figure, grayish skin as if perpetually cloaked by shadow. A sign, he just doesn't really say much of anything. The sign there says Aelar, Aelar. And you understand immediately. You've heard of the inhabitants of Nightshade Hollow.
Oh, name. Okay. Which one's mine? Alara?
Well, we're not...
No, I mean Willowina.
Yeah. Yeah. And there is also Lysanti, the last of them. This one is representing Wildwood Glade. It's a dense and untamed wilderness teeming with exotic flora and fauna. There is a very strong personality that you pick up off of Lysanti, as if willing to do battle at a moment's notice. From her, you pick up on the fury of nature. Contained in her, you pick up on the sense of this is the power of an avalanche, silent, strong, and unrelenting. This is the power of a volcano, explosive when needed, and will completely bring all others before it down.
Okay. I'm going to probably, as I speak, I'm going to focus on Lysanti, like getting that sort of support for my plea.
Sure.
So but Alara's the one that was, or I mean, Willowina was the one that was speaking. So I'm going to say, my name is Bramble Clove. I come from Willowbark Thicket. I am a nobody there. I'm an archivist. All I do is I read things and I record things. And I was chosen for my knowledge from the Circle of the Verdant Dawn to seek the last seed of the first Leshy because humans are encroaching on our home. And I've seen it with my own eyes. This was done to me from the same humans. I'm going to gesture to all the holes and tears, and I've got an arm that's hanging off of the wick. And I'm going to say this is what will happen to everybody else here if we don't do anything. And I'm going to look exactly at Lysanti when I say that.
Lysanti is looking at you, and you can see that there's a tensing of the jaw and the muscles in the jaw, kind of growing, and you know what I mean.
Yeah.
There's a sense of strength behind it. She clenches her fist, which causes the muscles in her arms just to stiffen just for a moment. And she slowly turns and looks at the others around the table before looking back at you silently, not yet saying anything. Instead, it's Raylan who speaks up, the rep from the Whispering Breeze.
Mm-hmm.
Humans have not yet come so far to this area, have they? You say that you were attacked. By who and where, and how many numbers?
Just south of here, there's a village right on the lake, and I'm sure I remembered the name, but I don't remember the name.
Thalia is like, I know of this one.
Yes, and they were attacked by a force from the west, and they went and they hid for another round, but I managed to fend off 3 of them. However, their leader, I don't know his name, but he's got the face of a dog, and he escaped. Surely he's gonna seek more troops to come in and just continue to pillage the villages around here until they get here.
And they all look at you and then back to each other. Alar, the dusk-colored one, sitting back in its chair, not saying anything whatsoever. Raylan comes back out. Do we have any numbers of the humans that might actually be coming this way? Or are we looking at the 3 or the 8 or the 10? Are we looking at a baker's dozen, or are we looking at a full-fledged army so far? Because our reports indicate that they are still several hundred miles away. At which point, someone else then speaks up, Thalarin of Oakenshield. Thalarin's like, I don't think you understand. The human encroachment has been occurring every year. This is something I have reported to this council constantly. Lysanti, nodding every now and then. The others, like Ilara and Willowina, all of them just... Yes, but they haven't yet come this way, says Willowina.
But they are coming, and is there not a difference between one bad person and 1,000 bad people?
Is there not one difference between a collection of Leshy and just one who goes out and does whatever they wish?
What are you insinuating? I was chosen to go seek the last seed of the first Leshy so that I might bring peace to a world that's going to end if we don't do something.
Thalarin, for a moment, sits back. The one who has said that the humans are encroaching. Thalia of the lake. The humans who have surrounded that lake have deprived us of the fish within it. No doubt they will also deprive us with anything else. Certainly I would call a council meeting on this. If this little one is what she says, appointed by those of the Verdant Dawn, you said?
Yes.
Certainly we know our neighbors out to the west are more than capable of making this judgment. Lysanti, completely firm and stoic up to this point, clenched jaws, I should say, completely silent up to this point, finally puts an open hand on the table and just waits for the next words to come out. You can feel a glance, now a stare, over to Thalarin. The two of them looking at each other. Thalarin gives back a knowing nod. Lysanti curls up her fist on the table, and as she does, small thorn-like claws come out and bite deep into the wood until finally she has clenched her fist again and brings it back down onto the arm of her chair. Looking down at you, you feel the eyes of a predator completely sizing you up. Every wound you have was caused by a human.
A human and a couple humans and their canine humanoid leader, yes.
Do you have information concerning their whereabouts now? Or their origins?
Yes, they had an insignia. It was red flag with a stag, perhaps.
Give me a perception check.
I tried to do that without doing it. Cool.
That was good.
Well, thank you. Roll plus 10. Oh, that was slow. 14.
I love how you rolled a 4 and still got a 14.
Yep.
You just barely perceive it. The dusk-colored being in the chair, when you describe it, there's a hand gesture that moves inside his clothing and grabs at it quietly, not saying anything else. It seems he knows this, and you pick up on it.
Ooh. Okay.
But you see a look of concern, not of necessary fright that you're going to divulge more about something.
Yeah, this is Alar, correct?
Alar.
Okay, cool. So I'm going to now shift my focus from Lysanti to Alar, and my goal is to tug on the heartstrings of those who care most about what I'm saying. I'm going to say they I managed to take out 2, 3, and he escaped. Or I escaped because he was too powerful. I went north beyond the river. He stayed southeast near the mountains beside whatever the yellow places, the yellow sanded area that we don't talk about.
Willowina from Willowbark
Mm-hmm.
gently taps with the padded part of her middle finger the table. And as you describe it, the map unfurls. You see a wooden village begin to appear. Then that expands out to include trees. All of this is coming directly out of the wooden fibers itself. It is a three-dimensional model made out of wood that is ever living and ever persistent in its constant in its revision, according to your descriptions. Everyone turns and looks. Their chairs still facing you, but their bodies now turned in their chair. They look at it. Lysanti stands, the first to do so. Out of the chair then corrects itself and sits itself back down to face the table. With 2 fists landing down on the table, you can see a sword that is a bright metal at her left hip. She leans over and looks. With one strong finger, she then points to a location out to the west. You understand this to be the trails that are just south of that lake that the armies could have taken. And then when you described that sandy area no one ever talks about, she then powerfully and almost seemingly dug fingers into the wood and then tried to push. And you can see the map now moving, the grain itself falling back down and then it coming back up where needed. And then she plants 2 fingers down in the area known as Kilgoral.
Kilgoral, that's it.
She looks over her right shoulder down at the small leshy before them. We know of this place. Have they made any movements that you are aware of?
Yes, I was there. I looked for mushrooms, and I defeated 2 Kilgalals while I was there, and I don't think that they're associated at all with the humans that are encroaching, but I suspect that they shall be moving too, should everybody turn their attention to Tearful Brag.
Rayland, the head of the table. Certainly this is going to have to be something that we will all take into consideration. With this information, no doubt the humans do present a danger, but we will have to send out our own scouts and discover the depth of the danger. 3 to 8, of course, do not an army make, but can, of course, be the scouts thereof. Lysanti, your advice. She looks back up, again a clenching of the jaw, sits back down in the chair, and knocks at it twice, commanding it to immediately uproot itself, turning away from the person who has spoken to look back at you. The others have slowly turned back to the table, here and there. With steepled fingers directly in front of her, you can see contemplation, eyes wandering between memory and scheming as to what it is that could or should happen. We will send a scout. We will send a scout party down to the south. What is your name? You said Bramble.
Yes, Bramble Clove. And with all due respect, I warn you, it's a dangerous task. The Kilgorlal are they're quick and they are really, really cunning and with sharp hearing, and they will kill you or your scouts if they even hear them coming.
With a thankful nod, she acknowledges what you said. She then turns over her shoulder and looks at the others, just as if to talk in their direction, yet to look at no one in particular. I will handle this. The others nod and understand. Raylan Swiftwind then speaks up again, the representative from Whispering Breeze. Well then, I believe it is settled. We will look into this matter in our time, with all due haste. Lysanti, you will send out a scout, and as you can see, behind her, barely within view, a simple shift off to your left gives you a little bit of an understanding as to what is happening. A small book, about this wide, once opened, completely open, a quill, writing down everything that is being said. Lysanti, you will... She stops.
If you're gonna write stuff down, I've written, and I like pull out like a journal that like I've been working on, and I'm gonna like tear out the page of what the dog guy looks like, and then tear out the page. I have like little doodles.
Okay.
And
do you happen to have those little doodles by any chance?
I started them.
Okay, that's cool.
That's cool.
That's cool.
But it's gonna be part of it. So, and it's got like the little anatomy, like 3rd grade science project, pointing to each body part, and like, you know, like really strong, has an axe, blah blah blah. And I'm gonna like kind of like run them up and like and reach and place them on the table, and then like mirror what the other council people were doing, and like pat the trunk before I step away.
When you do, give me a fortitude save.
Fuck yeah! I have my my character sheet up on my phone because it was really fucking around with my thing, so I'm just gonna roll and add it.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. You can roll normal dice. You do whatever's best for you.
Oh, I know. I just want to see where my fortitude is.
You have a +8.
+8. Okay.
I can roll for you.
You got I want to roll my thing. I got a 6 + 8, 14.
Okay.
Thank you.
Unwillingly, the force that exists within the table, this ginormous tree trunk, that, you know, it's at table height now, and it's very, very smooth. You can feel an energy of the earth come over you. You receive 14 hit points back.
Fuck yeah!
You see leaves just start coming out, and some of the vines that had dried up and were brown come, like, as if stemming from an internal source within you, start like flushing out back to a green and smooth.
Yeah, and I've got like little sprouts of flowers that like are going like doop, 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 doop.
Awesome.
Beautiful. Oh, feels so much better now. Thank you. It saved me a trip to the, what was it called, the sap place.
Give me a perception check.
411 guy.
+10.
Oh, that was a 2 + 12.
Yeah, you are so ecstatic as to what's going on that you kind of miss out on some of the nuances. But at one point, Lysanti, you do capture her face, and she's fingers intertwined with elbows on the arms of the chair that seem to rise up to her, looking at you and then looking away with a polite smile. Do it again. And then looks right at you directly in the eyes, as if you have no fucking choice. You're going to do that. It's that kind of a commanding presence.
Okay, so as the arms of the chair met to her elbows, I'm gonna like automatically like mirror that to like reach up and touch the top. Like I think I add a little bit of oomph of like respect, like All right. I'm gonna touch it again.
You do, and this time you receive 27 back.
Holy, okay, I think that's safe to say I'm at full health. Great.
Cool.
All right. Sweet.
And
So I
as
think
soon as you do that, she like turns her head. There's a slight smirk and a nod of acknowledgement, and then snaps her fingers, and her chair like snaps back towards it. She adjusts herself because that's a little bit much for her. Even that. Looks over her right shoulder after a pause for thought. Looking down at the ground askance. Back up to you. The scouts will go out tonight. The rest of you will wait my findings. And even Rayla's like, oh, well, of course. You know, we wouldn't want to... Yes, of course, we will 100% wait. The dusk-colored one in the chair looks, you catch him just as you looked at him. His eyes just came off of you and began to look back down at the table, a finger tapping at his teeth, all of them needle and pointed.
I catch that, but then I'm also like gonna go back to Raylan. What was that all about? Is there like I want to see if I can. Are they gonna do something that's like against what Lysanti wants to do?
Well, you can. I mean, you can
Is there like
try.
an insight?
What's that?
Is there like an insight thing I could do? I want to like.
Yeah,
I want to read that.
For you, it comes back down to perception, but not a problem. Yeah, let me have that. Let's see what you got.
Fuck yeah, because that was sus as fuck. 24.
Nice. Yeah, you now with a concentration, you begin looking around the table, and you notice everyone there, with the exception of Alar, is looking at Lysanti when Lysanti said, this is the way it is going to happen. Everyone else just kind of like looked down at the table on with varying degrees of subservience. Raylan stood up straight, chin up in an almost forced manner. But because you rolled so well, hold on.
Okay.
You noticed a micro expression.
Uh-huh.
She sits ramrod straight as the person who is coordinating all of these efforts and is completely in control of these proceedings. For a moment, you saw a slouch in the shoulders and a looking down of the head before she brought herself back up.
Alar did that?
No. Alar's been consistent throughout. Consistent. Yeah. Quiet, not speaking, slow to respond with the hands, but always seems to be a little bit on the pensive side, perhaps a little bit mischievous. You can see Raylan is the one who like sat up straight, tried to correct, and then Lysanti said what she said, and then kind of went.
Okay. All right. I'm going to name drop. I'm going to say, as Lysanti, I thank you as somebody who has marveled under the mentorship of Branwyn and Oakley Deeproot of the Circle of the Verdant Dawn.
There's a, casual gestures while anyone is talking, people are moving, they're itching their foreheads and whatever. Lysanti just kind of slows down for a second and takes in everything that you are saying.
Yeah. And I brought up Branwen specifically because Rayland is from Whispering Breeze and the Plains, and I'm guessing that's kind of where the riders like that area, and Branwen is a centaur, so I'm name dropping that way. So I'm going to say your leadership is essential and vital and necessary for the preservation of Tyrful Brig, and I would be thoroughly disappointed if anybody were to doubt your strategic intelligence in time of turmoil.
Raylan looks at you. Well, I believe then with this very important information that has come to us, that we should look into it immediately. Lysanti, you will do what you said, I am sure. And there's that brief pause.
Oh.
Yeah, you pick up what I'm throwing down. Yeah. And I'm sure you're going to do that. Lysanti doesn't move. There's not. Yeah. There's no reflection whatsoever. Alar has already gotten up out of his chair. You didn't even. Well, you know what? Give me a perception check. This is gonna be. I love roleplay, but this is gonna be one of those.
Sorry, that was in the middle. 10, 20.
Yeah, you didn't see Alar get up out of his chair, but he's now standing up on the side of the room. Everyone else has politely knocked twice on the table, and the chairs then move back and they all stand up. Lunchtime, everyone, says another one, and Oakenshield is looking around. I'm looking for more of a sandwich.
Wait. I have one more question. I'm so sorry.
They all kind of stop in their various places.
Do you know where the Land of Shadow might be?
Several of their eyes look over at Alar. Alar looks at you with a slight head tilt.
According to the Ethereal Codex, there is a hidden sanctum.
As soon as you say Ethereal Codex, you hear coming from several people a sudden intake of air, as if what?
Yes, I've read it. I've read it myself. There's a hidden sanctum guarded by rune-covered sentinels that are keeping a close guard on the last seat of the First Leshy, and I need to find it.
As you talk, Alar is moving effortlessly across the ground. No feet, just simply like a shadow cast by the sun over the course of a day, though hastened, begins to pass by you. You can feel a shadow like coldness, like brush up against your side, and the others, Raylan is like, looks immediately over as if to try to find something that they would be able to grab onto. Looks over at Thalarin, and Thalarin, yes, sandwiches are in order, and they all start going off in their own way. Give me a perception check.
Yeah, I want to grab onto whatever shadow hem I can on him. Another 20. It's plus 10 perception, baby.
Yeah, buddy. What do you wear on your sides?
On my sides, I don't think I'm carrying. I have a dagger, like equipment. I think I have just a dagger, and I don't think I have my sickle anymore.
Like,
I don't have anything else but a dagger.
What do you carry stuff in? Like pouches, backpacks?
I just have my backpack with Barbara in it, but it's not on my side. It's on my back.
Ah, okay. Oh, perfect. You hear in your right ear. Meow. And then you see a paw coming out, or two paws that are clutching something just over on your right shoulder, just out of view of everyone else as they busy themselves around with sandwiches.
I'm gonna take it out.
It's a small wooden shield.
Was it given? I'm gonna look at Alar like it was given, like past.
Alar's fucking out. Out of the building, out. You don't even see it. You know what? Let me see. Dude, Alar's out.
Okay.
And everyone
so-
else is pretty much dispersed. A feeling of helplessness is meant to be had at this point. That doesn't
Yeah.
mean I'm going to dictate what your character is going to do, but that is certainly the intention that they're trying to cast.
Yeah, no worries. Where did this come from, Barbara? What? Okay, just I guess leave it back there for a second. I'm not planning on getting into any fights right now.
And two paws come out. And you feel a slump and back down into the backpack.
You did a good job, Barbara. I'm gonna pat the top of the backpack. Okay. I'm going to. I wanna kind of chase after Alar. Can I follow? Can I see if I can follow them?
Yeah, give me a survival for tracking.
Okay.
Yeah, let's see what you got.
My survival is +8. Let's see what I got, baby.
Okay.
Oh, I only got a 10. But I'm trained.
Total of 10?
Oh wait. Yeah, a total of 10.
Train means that you get a specific button. I believe it's +4 initially. So what's the total modifier?
It's a 2 + 8. I got a 2 + 8.
Okay, so 10. All right.
Yeah.
Yep, it is what it is.
It is.
Gone. Not you saw the direction Alar went in, and there is fucking nothing there. There's people and Ents and well arboreals and others that are moving around. It's broad daylight out. There's not a single shadow type creature to be seen anywhere.
Okay. I'm gonna tear a page out of my journal, like a blank page, and I'm gonna scribble a note that says, it says, Nightshade Hollow is part of Tearful Breg. Just because you live in shadow doesn't mean you're not part of nature. Please help. And then I'm gonna leave that note. I'm gonna, like, when everybody's like dispersing for lunch, I'm gonna try to slip it in his chair.
Okay, yeah, not a problem. You do. Everyone else is on the other side of a chamber, and they're all like, "Oh, I love catering." And it's just we find ourselves outside. It's very clear they've already done whatever it is that this bureaucracy is going to do. Lysanti, every now and then, though, before you left, you kind of noted that there was a pensive feel. And it was one of a storm that was just on the horizon. You can see the darkening clouds. You understand how pregnant it is with rain that has yet to fall. And it's just waiting for an opportunity. That is what you sense in Lysanti, who is just waiting. And just before you left, you felt those cold eyes looking at you. And by the time you turn around, Lysanti's face is already gone over towards the others, just to see what they're doing, apparently. Not yet stepping forward to see the food.
Okay. I'm going to, but she's like done with me, right? Like that just seems like she's done with the conversation.
Yeah, you kind of get the feeling Lysanti is like a person of action and not so much talk. And so they're just itching to go do whatever it is that they do. In fact, I'll even give you like a minute after. Like, you went outside to go try to find Alar, right? Mm-hmm. So all that happened before you did that. When you come back, or if you turn around, Lysanti is not even there anymore. In fact, you can see a boom, 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 a solid pace of a storming off to go take care of something, presumably gathering of the scouts.
Okay, so if everybody is in Tierfolk Breg is being represented here, I'm gonna guess that there are, like, looking at everybody outside, that there is a very diverse group of folk that are wandering around.
Oh, very much so. Yeah.
I'm going to, from what I saw Alar dressed in and their attitude, I'm going to try to find people who might represent Nightshade Hollow.
You do, and you find people who come from there. You find out that Alar is fairly well known, but at least by name, but not so much by attitude or personality, and no one knows where Alar is. Some of them, in fact, actually, the majority of them weren't even aware that Alar was here.
Cool. I'm not asking them about Alar, so I'm gonna go up and I want to.
Never mind. Just shut the fuck up.
Alar fucked up. I want to know where I don't think I actually know where Nightshade Hollow is, and I want to get an idea of if that place is a land of shadow, or if there is another land of shadow that is like a sister city to them.
Nightshade Hollow is not a land of shadow. That you find out. It is an area that is thickly, it's a dense woodland area. There are plenty of reasons to think it is of shadow, but it is not.
Yeah. Okay. And nobody knows where a land of shadow might be.
I mean, there's kind of like, I mean, you get a couple of people who are like, land of shadow. Oh, geez. I mean, that's gotta be, like over there. And like one wise ass dryad goes, there's a shadow, and like looks right down to the ground where there's tree and sun, and it's just, I mean, you're kind of getting that kind of chaos there.
Yeah.
But there are a couple of people that are like, maybe somewhere on the outside. Ooh, you know what? Let's look at your character real quick and see what we have.
I could do lore master lore.
This is a possibility. I'm thinking that you should do a... You know what? Give me a diplomacy for one of them who is a little bit hesitant.
6 plus.
Did you just stop that
6.
with your finger?
No.
It's just like...
Oh, no. It landed on a 6. No.
Cool.
It landed on a 6. So 6 plus 6, 12.
You kind of get the feeling it's like, yeah, there's a place that's, I've heard about it when I was just a small shroom. Now I'm a mushroom. And I've heard that there's a place where we can all grow. And it's not so much that we're being kept in the dark, but it is a place where we grow. And you may find it up to north-ish lands.
That literally sounds like if Christopher Walken was slowed down.
I don't know what you're talking about. What? Why? Why would that be a thing?
Or I guess William Shatner, like the pause, the pregnant pause, and the rest of the sentence. All right.
You're gonna have me. I don't do impersonations, but fuck. Now I have to do a Shatner. All right.
So this dark place that you can all grow. Is it north of here, west of here? It's not south of here. That's Creel Galal.
What? Oh, north.
North, like...
Up.
Excellent. You are quite the cartographer. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you. I've been looking at that. Why are you so green?
I'm not green. The
Its-
rest.
Its eyes just kind of unfocus and go beyond you for a moment.
All right. It was nice meeting you, and I'm gonna just like literally just like go like whoop and just keep going.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna look at my little Leshy watch and be like, I gotta go to this like a little sundial. I gotta go pick up my horse. So
I'll advance the scene a little bit. You've gone around the city. It is. You pick up on a lot of stuff that you like. Assumptions about Thicket Home are, for the most part, misplaced. The council may be a little bit on the bureaucratic side, welcoming of new ideas, but hesitant to adopt. A lot of words that just kind of come out, but the citizenry is like, for the most part, like, we're here to do our thing, and that's pretty much it. So there does seem to be something about Thicket Home, though, that is vibrant. It keeps it alive, and rather is lovely. It's a good place for good people, but not everyone who is here is necessarily good. Having said that, there is at one point when you take a look around, and you're going, I have to get back and whatever. The sun is starting to come down. You said you were going to be back before dusk. And you come across one particular place. It is a tree in between two buildings that is set back from the road. The tree itself has a bare patch of bark that seems to have been slightly off-center. The bark has been removed in the shape of a small shield.
Barbara, can you pass me that shield? Thank you. And I'm gonna go up and like stick it up against.
It does. The back side of it matches, carved in, matches the bark perfectly. And then you can see just on the other side of the tree, not what causes it, but that you can see a purplish, almost black light glow cast down onto the ground from the reverse side of the tree, away from the prying eyes of those people that happen to be crossing this little area on the street.
I do one of these.
No one else seems to be. Oh, yeah. There's just one leaf for where you were standing.
Yeah, it's like one of those little acorn thingies.
You get to the other side of the tree, and you can see the tree is like unfolded. Its bark opens up like a rib cage, and within you can see within this tree, you all 3 foot of you might have to turn sideways to fit in, but you can already, just peering down, you can see this is a vacancy within the tree. It is not normal. It is not. It's not physical. It's definitely magical, and that there are roughly hewn steps within bare earth that lead down.
Barbara, there's a speakeasy. I'm gonna go.
Awesome.
I'm just gonna run down. Like, really, this is exciting. This is the most exciting thing that's happened in this town.
Oh my God! Yeah, absolutely. So you finally get down there, and there's a whole bunch of people talking, and it's like behind the secret door, and then drinks of pure alcohol are being poured everywhere. The view that you get is one of a passage hewn out of the earth. It is directly in front of you. There are various mushrooms, all of them glowing underneath their hood, shining a opalescent light. When I say opalescent, I mean when you shift, the light itself changes color a little bit.
It's like fractal, like
Yes.
pieces. Okay, cool.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, go ahead.
The only way to go is through where roots themselves have held back the dirt to reveal a passageway beyond. It only continues by about 10 feet or so before it comes out to a T intersection. Your choices are left and right.
So I stretch out one of my vines in a 10-foot length, and I touch all of the things on the floor, the walls, the ceiling.
Oh, you're going fucking OSR. Oh my God. We got 10-foot pole. I'm gonna tap the ground in front of me. Any spiked pits, Steve?
So,
All right.
so my vines look like little legs walking, and they're just
shit.
gonna go like.
Beep, 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 beep. Oh man, that's awesome. All right, cool. Fucking love you, man. Sometimes you're just ingenious. All right, cool. So you step forward after your vines have cleared the path. They're tapping on the ground. This is dirt. It is packed, not because of the trespass of others, but simply because of the pressure of the ground above. Each of the corridors fashioned as you move forward.
Ooh, okay. I'm going to follow the corridor that is leading to where the stump would be, like towards that direction.
That would be the right corridor. So
Yeah, I'll go that way.
Yeah, sure. You travel about, I'd say about 10 feet or so. You can already hear the cries of those who have once inhabited this land and were since absorbed by it. As you go down the hallway, you arrive at the end. You turn right. Go down that. It only goes down like 10, 15 feet before you have to turn left again. But as you do, you can see on the right-hand side roots that have pulled the dirt back to reveal the passageway directly in front of you. There is a skull of a human or something like that within the dirt that is rolled back as well. And you see like bones falling back as well. You can see the mostly broken down husk of a tree, or rather the internal core of complete softwood rotten, like that is still breaking apart from under, like however many feet you are under the ground. This is a place of death, but it is a place of rejuvenation where one gives back to the land that which it took upon birth.
Okay.
You go off to the right, as you said, somewhere back over towards the wooden tree or whatever. You only go 10 feet. Mind you, you're probably like an eighth of a mile away from it, so you are some distance away. So you may not get back to where you want to, but that's the direction.
Yeah, I'm trusting my gut in this one.
Cool. Good. All right. You go down to the end of that hall, and you end up turning left, and you can see like the roots come down cracking and slurping. You see like sap leaking from freshly created wounds of wood that is not meant to bend a particular way. The earth now cleared and a somewhat smooth passage created for you, about 5 feet wide and about 5 feet tall. That then empties into what you think is the trickling of water beyond. You can see it interrupted an underground water table, and water now floods into the area, the earth immediately soaking it up eagerly. And you can see roots start reaching out as if life itself had been sped up in this area. No root moves with the rapidity of that could be appreciated by a mortal eye. But these roots eagerly reach out and tap into that water for life. You step over the stream and then continue beyond. Then a glow that appears. As soon as you step over, you can see see spores of a mushroom just landing down on the ground. The spores themselves harmless and unlit, but the cap itself completely lit, indicating beyond a chamber of sorts, cleared out by these by these roots as well.
Okay. As soon as the like spores settle, I'm gonna like kind of like hop up like on my vines and spider crawl over it.
Oh,
so
yeah,
that
you
I
pull a
don't-
Doc Ock.
Because I'm absolutely traumatized from my last experience like tripping on shrooms. So yeah, so I Doc Ock it across.
All right, fuck yeah, dude, not a problem. You end up getting across, and there is a large stone that is blocking some of your way. You manage to walk around it, and then you see what appears to be a hollowed out area, some 10 to 12 feet high. It is an intimate area despite the height of the ceiling. There's no stalactites or anything, but instead you can see roots that are lazily dangling from the ceiling, moving with whatever air currents happen to be down here. There is definitely the smell of fresh earth and petrichor here. Apparently the last rain is still held in memory by that dirt. And underneath it all, you can see a chamber about 15 feet wide or so and about as deep. Directly in front of you, in a sporadic pattern, you see 8 pillars, each of them about 3/4 your height, about 2 feet tall or so. And then along the left wall, insets of what seem to be cubes, wooden, various sigils or symbols on each of them. But sitting on a small stone, looking at this, whose back you are now approaching, you recognize Alar.
Excuse me? Alar?
A hand comes up, gray, and asks you to come forward.
I'll approach him.
For so long, I've often wondered the mysteries of these. He speaks in low, hushed tones, almost outdone by the reverberation of the earth itself.
Of these... what?
His eyes look over on the left wall, the 8 cubes, and then back down at the 8 pedestals.
Do 4 of the cubes look like the same symbols as the 4 of the 8 elements that I had to step on the lake whenever I was doing the...
Yes!
Haha! So it's the 8 elements. Okay. Fuck yeah. So, she's gonna look around at everything and then, like, this look of recognition. Is this a puzzle? Is there something... Are you trying to figure something out? Is this a... What is this place?
It's always a good question. Who it is that had created this long since died. I'm curious if anyone who sees it can actually figure it out. That one, for example. He locks his gaze on the first of the 8 cubes along the left wall, the rest of them disappearing into distance. The first of which appears like it's got a subtle glow emanating from its center. You note that the block itself appears incredibly strong. The one next to it, you look at it, and it kind of appears a little bit more like there's a glow within it, just like the first one. But the second one's glow is it like permeates the fabric of this item a little bit more. The third one you can see that the earth around it is smoking a little bit. The fourth one, it's just a mere black block. There's really nothing much else going on with it.
Okay.
The fifth one, there is also a glow, and you can see some vines and whatnot coming off of that, like as if a little bit more roots are encasing that particular block into the earth. Then you see one that is just standing by, or the others seem to have like an ebb and a flow to its glow within the block. This one here, mind you, each of these blocks are about the size of your head, and you're Leshy, you're about 3 feet tall. So we're looking at something that is, they are substantial. They're fairly large. I'd say 10 by 10 inches. So so this one has a glow to it, but it is steady. And then the last one also has a glow to it, but it's more of a colorless glow.
Okay, so you only described 7. Is the standing by one and the steady light one 2 different ones?
The standing. So
Yeah.
you have one that is solid and has a glow. The second one looks like it has a glow, but it's glowing a little bit more throughout the fibers of it.
Correct.
The other one has like smoking earth around it. The next one just looks like a black block. The one after that, now that you look, you didn't notice it before. You see it resides outside of the other 7. It resides above.
Okay.
And in between numbers 4 and 5.
Okay.
And that one is a circle. It's a sphere. Or polyhedron of some kind.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Or, no, it kind of has like a facet to it.
Okay. Okay.
And then
Okay.
it's like green, slight blue, and then pale. Yeah.
Got it. And then the one after that has more of the earthly, viney, planty stuff. And then there's one you have one that's standing by, and I don't know what that means. Can you describe the one
standing.
more?
I apologize. It's standing still. The others kind of have like a slight pulse to it. The light within kind of flows in and out sporadically. This one is fucking solid. It's just glow.
Like a planet rather than a star.
I suppose.
Okay. And then the 7th one is colorless,
Yes.
but not necessarily black, just devoid of color.
Devoid of color. In fact, when you go to look at it, you're trying to figure out exactly what the color is, and it's like, I'm not getting
Okay.
anything.
Do the columns all look the same?
The pedestals, all of them about
Pedestals.
2. No, they do not. They
Okay.
have various symbols inscribed on the top of each, and in the middle of some of those symbols, even if it interrupts the symbol itself, is a pattern that would allow you to put a block into it. So the pedestals themselves are quite wide. If those things are 10 inches, the pedestals themselves are obviously larger than that.
Okay. And so Bramble is going to gesture to move forward to Alar. There's no traps, right? Can I take a look around? Do you mind?
I don't know if there's no traps. Do you?
I mean, I could try to find out, and I will kind of do my 10-foot vine thing and touch everything while I'm standing next to Alar.
He watches as you do that. Vines come out, creeping out, and touching various pedestals and stones and other things. A couple of the vines come back. One is a little bit on the frozen side, and you can see it's already come down to like necrotic, like fibrous tissue, and immediately falls off. Another is you can see completely blooming in leaves, while another has turned almost translucent before it fades off into something else. Each of them carry a price.
Carry a price? What does that mean?
He looks up at you at the corner of his eye and has a goblet of simple glass in his hand.
Can I get one of those? Just kidding.
The last of its kind.
All right. Well, that's nice. What do you mean everything has a price?
He just looks up at you and his eternal question, isn't it? What will you learn? What won't you learn by the things that you touch and interact with? We never really know until we try.
Okay. I'll give it a shot. And,
Awesome. All right, so what are you going to do?
I'm going to... Actually, you know what? Bramble is gonna, she feels a familial connection with Alar, a familiar connection with Alar. And she's gonna reach over.
What the fuck? Oh, God damn it. You're taking my wine?
Let's do this. All right.
I'll just
So-
fill myself back up here.
What?
I'll just fill myself back up here.
I thought you said last of its kind.
Lies, my friend, lies.
All right. Save some for me, Alar. So I'm gonna go to the. I'm gonna look at the first one. I'm gonna go over to the first one.
The
First
first
cube.
cube.
First cube.
Yes.
I'm just gonna go like
It
this.
looks at it. It looks like it is warm. It is solid. It is undeniable. This is the way it is.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna pick that one up.
Very well. So, when you pick it up, give me a will save.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know what my modifier is for that.
Oh, sure. I'll look it up for you.
It's a 16, so I think I willfully save.
It is a. So you rolled a 16.
Mhm.
That is plus 10. Okay, so
Okay,
26.
Yes.
You can feel like there is a. What is something about you that very few know, and you feel the need, like it came up as a. There's a memory, and this memory is now in your mind. You need to get it out. It's just coming out. What is that memory before you speak it?
The memory that, can you be more specific? The memory that
It's a
needs
memory
to-
from it's a memory from Bramble's past. It is something that she has kept hidden this entire time and is now coming out. What would that be?
She, in a time when she was in school to become like, to train to be like a great Leshy, whatever, she was so unsure of her own abilities that she cheated on her exams
Oof.
to just to get through because she wasn't sure she could do it on her own merits.
Wow. Okay. All right. Cool. So you don't say that,
Okay.
but it came up in your mind.
Mm-hmm.
uncontrollably. First
Yeah.
off, you smelled. What was in that room that day?
Burning cedar from a pipe from the teacher.
100%. You. The first thing that comes up is that smell, like lilting through the air, like a dainty song sung somewhere in the distance. You manage to catch it, and then you smell it, and it's that you can smell that. It immediately gives you that flashback to that moment where you find yourself in that seat once more. You relive that, and however you cheated on that, you remember it vividly, and then you find yourself back in that cavern.
Yeah. Okay. So as that happens and I pick it up, I think there's like a blanket of like a net, like one of those falling net traps
Sure.
of guilt and like shame and like doubt that covers me, where I'm just like, maybe I can't do this. Like who am I going to get the answers from? And then when I'm able to like pass through it, I shake it off and I'm just kind of like, okay, I could do this myself. I could do this myself. I could do this myself. And I'm going to turn around and go to the column or the pedestal that has the, hold on one second.
What do you got?
There's something so honest about this rock or about this cube, but there's one that is more descriptive of that element. So I'm gonna say it's there's a lot that look like this.
So
Strong.
would you like me to describe the symbols on the pedestals?
Yeah.
Sure. So there are 8 such ones. Okay. One of them you see appears as several triangles with a line underneath them.
Okay.
Okay. The next you see as an X, but the cross part never the four portions of the X never actually touch in the middle. Instead, in the middle is a dot, which none of those 4 now touch.
Ah, got it.
Okay.
Yep, I know what that one is.
Then there is another. It looks like a curve. It comes up and then, it comes down and then up and then down again and then up. And underneath that is a line.
Uh-huh.
Okay. And then you see one that is 3 lines, the middle of which is taller than that, with a line underneath that.
Okay.
Which one are you looking for? Because there's also one which is in just a circle, and then you see one that is a circle with a dot in the middle of it.
Okay. What are the last 2? That was only 6.
I'm going to pull this up for you.
Okay.
Let's see if I can. I should be able to do this. 1 second. Yeah, I'll get you these, honey. Hold on.
I know. This is a good puzzle. This is good.
Oh, you like this?
Yeah, dude, this is like we were here together. This is really good.
that was a fun one. That is a fun
Or
one.
Astroneer. This is like the good simple puzzles.
Okay, cool.
And I know this shit. Actually, I know specifically the first one with the several triangles with a line underneath because I believe that symbol was on a note in Crossroads.
Okay.
So I think I know what that one is.
Oh, wow. You are going way back then. Okay. Hold on. Let me see if I can find one. Okay. Hold on. I'm
Hold on,
looking.
my computer froze a little bit.
Oh, no. You know what? Your computer froze? Yeah, you froze as well.
Yeah.
You okay?
Yeah. Okay. All right, cool. Yep, I'm good.
Okay. Here are these. Oh, boy. Hold on. Oh, this
Fuck
is
yeah,
huge,
dude. Okay.
dude. All right. I'm going to show this to you. Alrighty, hold on. Let me find
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
find the corner here. Drag this down. Bring this up. Drag this down.
I'm gonna try to do this
'Kay.
without looking at the wiki because
You got this?
I
'Kay.
know this.
All right.
Yeah,
I just need to know if the player can see the symbols that are now on the screen.
Yeah, the player can see the symbols.
Okay, good.
All right. So, can you please describe? So, Bramble's gonna take the first one, the first cube,
The
and walk over
okay.
to the fifth one that has all the vines and stuff. Can you describe the differences between them without it being like one has vines and one doesn't? What constitutes what is making this one strong?
The fabric, the material that the cube you're holding, the one with it's like a warm, strong glow. Okay, it's like it's whitish. It's a slight yellowish tinge to it, just due to the lighting in the area. But you compare that one to the other, which is the one that has the vines growing around it. That
Okay.
one, now that you get closer, you can see is like more of a rocky substance. The one that you're holding, which is massive, right? That one is solid. Its faces are smooth, almost reflective. Yeah, it's bold. It's almost intruding.
All right. I'm going to put that one. What is that symbol? I'm going to put that one in. Hold on. So this is this? This is opposites. Okay. Fuck yeah. So that's. I'm going to put this one in the pedestal that has the circle with the dot in it because I think that one is spirit.
Describe that one. You're talking about the warm cube?
The cube. I'm going to put that cube. Yeah, the warm, strong
Okay.
glow seems, and paired with my memory of something that was very honest, that seems like something that comes from my core.
Okay.
And the symbol with the dot in it, the circle with the dot, feels like something inside. So I'm going to put that cube on that pedestal.
Okay, so you're talking the one down the bottom, right?
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
Okay. All right, you do.
Okay.
All right, cool. Nothing
Does anything
happens. You
happen?
put it on top. It sits
Okay.
inside the groove, and all the grooves are pretty much the same. Now what?
Okay. So I look at the second one. I go over to the second.
Right. So
cube.
this one is a cube. It feels like that the aura within is of the same intensity, but the fabric of the cube itself is like a little bit more translucent, so it allows a little bit more light to come through.
Yeah. So I'm gonna take that one and I'm gonna put it.
When you pick it up,
In-
it is exceptionally light. The other one
Okay.
that you just had, it had a little bit of heft to it. This one is like you pick it up and you're like, oh, okay.
But it's super bright, right? Like it's like a lot brighter than the others.
You
It's
do,
got a
but
permeating
when
glow.
you touch it, may I please have a will save?
Yes. 16 plus whatever. 10. 26.
16, a will save?
Yeah, I think my will save is
Yeah,
10,
it
right?
is. It is, yeah.
26.
All right, cool. Wow. You feel in that moment every single alteration in earth, every single variance of the earth under your foot. You can feel that. You can feel the textures on your fingers of the cube that you're holding. You are very much attuned with where you are in terms of spatial, in terms of space. You know exactly how many steps you would need to take in order to be able to come to, go back to a pedestal of your choosing. You are very much in control of your environment.
That sounds more like spirit to me. But I'm going to put that one. Actually, I'm going to think of being the center of the universe, kind of resolute feeling. I'm going to put that one on the X that does it with a dot in the middle, and this, which I think is sun.
You are talking this one right here.
Yep.
Okay. All right. You put it there. Okay. It sits there. Does not do anything.
Okay. The third one is smoking, so I'm going to pick it up with my vines.
Yeah. So you pick it up, and your vines kind of you register warmth coming off of it. The dirt around it, where it was inside of this dirt wall, it was the smoking part. Itself is not smoking. You pick it up. The first thing that you notice is that the entire surface of it is constantly crumbling inwards, and something new comes out to reform it.
Yeah, I'm going to put that one right here in the fire one.
Okay, you got it. Okay, you do.
I love the speakeasy music.
Oh, shit. I just realized what it was. Yeah, that's all right.
I'm going to put the fourth one, which is just a black block. I'm going to put that one on that one for moon.
That one down all the way over there. Okay.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Which I'm assuming Bramble is going to guess that's moon because the opposite is sun. And yeah, so that's what she's going to go with.
Okay. Then you come up with yeah, and then there's one that's outside of them. It's just like above 4 and 5. This is the only one that's out of the row. It's constantly changing shape. It is of a dull, glowing force within, almost grayish light. Excuse me, almost grayish light.
Well, shit, that one sounds like moon too, but I don't think I feel like there's a water one yet. So if it's constantly forming in fluid, I'm gonna pick that one up.
Okay, so you take it out of the wall.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now you have it.
Does it feel pliable, like malleable?
Well, your fingers go inside, and you can look through it, and you see your fingers changing to other things.
I'm gonna say I'm gonna pretend that I'm gonna think that's water. I'm gonna put that in that one way over there.
This one here.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And then it's the glowing viney one. I'm gonna put that in earth, which is the mountains.
Okay. While you're doing this, you can see him still sitting on that rock, watching everything that you're doing, nodding here and there, not giving any signs of anything.
Okay. I'm going to put... Did I have air yet? I didn't have air yet. Oh shit. Air could be water.
So the next one you see is a solid light. It is not moving at all. You haven't yet taken it out. You haven't yet removed it from the wall in my mind.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Perfect.
Yeah, I haven't, but I'm going to next because that's the next one.
Yeah. You let me know when.
I do.
So when you take it out, there's a heaviness to it that seems to shift with you. Like if you move it off to the right a little bit, well, from your perspective, off to the left a little bit.
Yeah.
You can feel a little bit more weight all of a sudden hit the left side, and you kind of want to continue going that way. And then you move it over this way, and then you feel a little bit more. It wants to go more this way, etc.
That sounds like air. I'm going to put that in the earth. Opposite earth is air. This one.
That one up top over there.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Got it. Okay.
And then I take the colorless one.
I'm
the
sorry.
last-
While you touch that one, I need a fortitude save.
What's my fortitude save?
Your fort is +8.
Okay, 20 total. I rolled a 12.
That's cool. That's good. That's good. You can feel as you picked it up, there was some of the liquid within your plant-like vines or veins comes out and enters into the cube. You take... Where are you? Oof. You take 8 hit points of damage.
Oh! Ooh, I don't like that. I'm dehydrated. I'm going to...
Drink immediate water so that... Yeah.
I feel like that's a it almost wants me to change my mind and put that one in water, but
You know what I'm gonna do?
also-
I'm gonna make this a little bit easier. Whoop, nope, not that. Hold on. I want to get this. No, not that. Move.
which one is blue?
Seriously. Well, none of them are. That's the fun
know.
part of this, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna move. Okay, let me see if I can grab this. I'm gonna put these over here.
Oh, beautiful.
Does that work for you?
Yeah, totally.
A little bit better.
Yeah, that's a little
Okay,
bit
cool.
better.
Here.
Okay.
And this way you can point to them around your head. Okay.
Cool. Okay. So I'm going to say that is air drying out water and not water being put into a water cube. So I'm going to keep it the same for now.
Okay, you got it.
And then the last one, which is devoid of color, I'm going to say it is void.
Okay.
And that one's going up there in the empty circle.
That one up top.
Yep.
Okay. So, yep, you have now placed them all into their various parts. Where are you standing? Imagine that these pillars are all in a circle now.
I'll be in the middle and I'll turn around to look at Alar.
Okay. Alar's looking at you. How do you feel? Fort save.
Ooh. Oh, nat 20.
Is it? Oh, fuck.
It
Okay.
is nat 20. And so 20 plus 8. Is that my fortitude? Yeah.
That is okay. Oh, dude, that's fucking sweet. So you got a nat 20 for a 28. It's a saving throw, so that's a crit success. There is a shock that rings out to you, but you are so resolute in what you're doing that you acknowledge that things are hitting you, but you are not registering it as pain, but rather as something for you to learn from.
Yes.
There are only 6 of them, that tried to kill you. 2 of them have not. The 2 that have not
Uh-huh.
is lower right. Point to it so I know which one you're talking about. That one did not try to kill you.
Okay.
And the one immediately above it, that one did not try to kill you. 3 of them did not try to kill you. Go over to the left, lower left. That one there did not try to kill you. Now, point to the one on the most extreme right. That one, okay? That one is the one that had the earth when you first took it out. It was smoking,
Yeah.
okay? The one beneath that, in the 5 o'clock or 4 o'clock or 4:30 position, okay?
Yeah.
That one was just black, like Vanta Black, like Black 2.0,
Right.
okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right? And the one in the 6:30 position, that one had the vines growing around it when it was in the earth. Alar
Okay.
looks at you after you did that, quizzically. Interesting. You know something about these. Good for you. However, you got some wrong. You'll have to try again. But you cannot put them back into the ball. You will only have 2 more chances to get all 8 of them correct. And then you will have proven to the archives that you have what it is that's needed for you to learn to move forward. If you don't mind.
Well, I'm just a little confused because it looks like opposites on pedestals. And I point
Opposites
to
of
like
what?
opposite ones.
Can you point out to me where in nature a lake is opposite a mountain? Can it not be to the north, south, east, or west of it? What is opposite when it comes to nature?
Well, I assumed fire and water, sun and moon, spirit and void.
You have to remember something. When you were talking about the elements, the names given to them, the meanings given to them, all of that had been created by mortals. The placement of it in a circle, such as you see in these pedestals before you, created by humans, or by sages of old, regardless of what they were. These are the elements, though, that you are dealing with. Don't think in terms of opposites. Think in terms of actual placement. If you think in terms of opposites, you will be steered incorrect. Nature does not look at fire as being opposite water. A forest fire opposite a river? Does a river stop the fire from consuming a forest? No. Mortals are very limited. You should not be. Try again. You have 5 more.
Okay.
So, if you want, I took notes of what you placed where. I can recount that, or do you already have that?
I think I have.
Awesome. Awesome. Let's do it that way. What do you got?
I'm doing notes.
Yeah. Awesome. Cool.
Okay, so I would like to maybe help me out. I want to do an academia lore. And I want to I want to do a lore master lore into runes and sigils and see if I recall anything in my archiving that might allude to like 1 or 2. Have I remembered 1 or 2 elements or?
Let's see. So you have academia lore?
Mm-hmm. I have academia and I have lore master. So lore master is like any subject I want.
Sure. Which do you want to use?
I think academia might be better, but I think lore master.
They
is
are
more
both
appropriate.
+7.
Okay, I think
So-
lore master is more appropriate.
Okay. And ask a question or something that you would like to recall.
Understanding that the earth is celebrated and often worshipped in the world, have I come across stories of sects or cults or faith-based circles who revere an element and use their symbols in their recorded history?
Undoubtedly. However, what you're looking for is more. Yes, you know what? You do recall something. It was a article that you read in the archives back in Willowbark Thicket. It was a while ago, like some 17 years ago or something like that, where you came across something, and it talked about the separation of the spirit from the body for purposes of ethereal travel. And in order for that to occur, you always had to remember while you were doing this, due to the inherent dangers of such travel, that there were 4 pillars of connection of your spirit to your body.
Okay.
The names of the 4 pillars kind of escape you in the moment, but it is there.
4 pillars that connect your spirit to your body.
I'm curious if anyone in the chat knows what the hell I'm talking about.
If Donald's here, he knows what you're talking about.
Or Alex. Alex is also really good with this.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. 4 pillars. That would be that one. That one. So
Okay. What about it?
That one looks like 4 pillars that connect a spirit to a body, or plan to. So I'm going to put
here's what I need you to do. Now you're going to tell me where you are taking it from by pointing at it somewhere on the circle, and then indicating where you want to put it. And if you are swapping, what you are then going to do with the other one.
I'm going to not swap yet because I don't want to put all of them on and lose like a turn. So I'm going to take this one, the one that I had thought was sun,
Okay.
take it off.
The one that you thought was sun was down below. It was the one with the circle with the dot. That's where you put sun.
Nope, that's where I put spirit.
You said that there was a dot in the middle of it, and that's where you're going to put.
There's a dot in the middle of that one too.
Yeah,
So this
I know.
one-
Okay, so down below that's where you put spirit.
This is spirit because when I did the memory and it seemed like it came from my core, that is where I put that. And then the opposite of spirit is void, and that's where I put that one.
Okay,
put
so
sun.
that is
Ooh.
not correct. That is not correct. That's not where you put it. In the circle, you put what you believed was the one that was just a neutral, kind of bland. You thought that one all the way up top was void. So that's where you put it.
Yeah, I put void at the top. Void's at the top.
Right,
put void-
right, and the one that you put there is the one that's kind of like dull. It's glowing. It's there. It's kind of gray. That one. The all black one you put in the 430 position.
Yes, that's true. I did.
Right, exactly.
That-
So the one down
Yeah.
below, the one down below, that one there, exactly. That one you put in that vibrant, strong one.
Yeah.
Exactly.
The very first one, which I thought was spirit.
Right. You think it's spirit.
Yes, exactly.
So that's why
one-
this is why I'm without any kind of interpretation. Tell me where you are taking it from, and tell me where you're putting it to, because your interpretation may not be correct on any of them.
Okay. So I'm assuming that the 3 that did not try to kill me, that one,
That one,
That
correct.
one,
That one,
and that one
correct.
are correct, which means there's 5 more I have to change. So
Okay.
I go over to this one, which I believe was sun, and I take it off because I don't think that's sun anymore.
Okay.
I am not going to swap it because as soon as I place all 8, that'll be my final guess, and it will.
How do
I
you?
don't wanna lose
Why do you think that? You already placed all 8.
Mm-hmm. So when I placed all 8, it automatically started to register as my answer. So just to be on the safe side, I'm
Okay.
going to put it down on the ground. So that cube.
Okay. All right. Sure. Yeah.
Because I have 5 to switch.
Sure.
So I'll put it on the ground.
Okay.
And then I go over to this one, which I thought
Okay.
was spirit.
Okay.
And I'm going to take it off
Okay.
and put that one where this one is spirit, because now it's the 4, the sun one, because now it's the 4 pillars to the body, which connect the spirit to the body.
Okay, so you believe the one that is solid and like smooth sides, etc., and glowing powerfully. That one you're going to put in the 11:30 or 10:30 position, right?
Yes.
Okay,
because
perfect. Gotcha.
Yeah, because there's one that's glowing brighter, which I believe is sun.
Okay, and you believe that one with the 4 pillars is sun, or which is glowing? Well, either way, what are you going to do with the one on the ground?
So the one on the ground is the one that's glowing brighter, which I thought
No,
was
the
sun.
one on the ground is very light in weight.
All right, I'm gonna do it this way.
Okay.
I'm gonna say which ones I think are which ones.
Sure. Oh, you know what? Hold on. I think I can do this. Let me see. I may be able to help you. Okay, so this is... Okay, and what I'll do is I'll write this down.
Okay.
So then you can see what the qualities are of the square you're putting in next to it. Is that cool? I'm going to have it appear on the screen.
That's cool, because then I can compare my own notes, because I feel like I'm scratching things off and I can't.
Not a problem. So here's this thing called strong. All right, we're just going to put this over here because that's where you just put it. Okay?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Then we're going to create another one. All right. And we're going to call this one light. What's another word for light when it comes down to weight? I don't want to. What's that?
Buoyant?
Buoyant is more floating.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
so if I say light, I'm just going to put it in as a parenthetical weight or a W. Whoops. Hold on. So this is going to be light. We'll do a W here. Okay.
Can you beside each one, each description, can you describe the type of glow that it's radiating?
Yeah, sure. So this is, well, the strong is a strong glow.
Okay.
Okay. The light is the material, but let me see if I can get a, here. I'll do it this way. So light is going to be a, we're going to say it's translucent. So I'm just going to say trans. Okay, and then we're going to decrease that. Okay, so this one is on the ground. Whoop, not that. Whoops. This one is on the ground.
Yeah.
This is where you put that one. Okay.
Okay.
Airy. Sure, we can call that one airy, says Victor.
Yeah.
All right. That's
I feel
a good
like
one.
I feel like that one's gonna be air next, so I'm gonna eventually move that one.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna. Do you want to incorporate the? Do you want me to tell you what people are saying? That help you?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, because I'm not in chat.
Sweet. Good. Okay. Cool. All right. So that's airy. Okay.
Okay.
There you go. All righty. So then you have this one in the 130, 230 position. Let's get that there. So this one is going to be, let's see. Okay. This one has a solid glow. Okay. And that solid glow appears over here. That's where you put that one.
Okay. All right.
Okay. And then let's see. Well, let's get the rest of these because this might assist you. Then you had one that was we're going to call this one shifting. Okay.
Yeah.
And shifting. There we go. We're going to say this one, and you put this over here. You can't really see it, so I'll put it under.
I can see it. You're good.
Is that good? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right, sweet. Okay. If it doesn't have a name next to it, it's one of the ones that did not burn you. You said that was okay, so if you want me to put the names up, I will. But
that's totally fine.
Okay.
You're good.
All right, sweet. And then you have, okay, so that's strong up there. Ah, yes, okay. This was a pale light. Okay, that's what we're going to call this one. So this is a pale light. Oh, hold on. Let me do that. All right, cool. And I'm going to take the pale light, and I'm going to put that. That originally was down here.
Okay.
Okay. And let's see here. So that's a pale light. All right. Anybody in chat, if you know the answers to this because you're an Evandale fan, then yeah, by all means, go ahead and do it.
Yeah, I'm not looking, so you're good.
Okay, cool. And then lastly, there's one. Wait a second. I just want to make sure. Okay. Hold up.
Okay.
Ah, fuck. Hold on. Let me lock that. Okay, cool. So you have solid glow. That is correct. You have this one. The last one was a pale light. The pale light you actually put over here.
Yeah.
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 I was wrong on that. And then the strong glow initially
Was there.
you put down there.
Yeah.
It was there. Okay.
Okay.
And then you had one that was this that was over here.
Okay. Cool.
So now you have the one off to the far right, the one down here and the far on the far right, and the one over here. Those three did not shock you at all. Okay. So then you took
super duper.
cool. So then you took this one, you put it down on the ground. Then you did what?
And then I moved the strong one to that one.
Okay.
And that's where I'm at now. So,
Okay. Then there you go.
okay. So the shifting one, I'm gonna move
Okay.
to this one, the solid glow one, and I'll put the solid glow one down on the ground for a minute. Okay, so now I believe that the one.
You're breaking up.
So
Hold on.
sorry. Now I believe that the shifting one is air, and I think it's this one.
Okay, hold on.
And
Hold on.
Okay.
So, okay, and then, okay, and then you have nothing down below. Okay, go ahead.
Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I think I'm back.
Yeah,
Am I back?
you're
No.
kind of like in and out.
Okay.
There you go. You're back. Where
Okay.
would you like to put airy? You know what? Because it could cause some confusion, I'm going to put down the other ones as well. Okay.
Okay.
So you oh wait. Okay, so you removed that. Okay, cool. So we're going to call this one vines,
Okay.
not vions.
Viones.
Viones.
Fragile.
Fragile.
Brought to you by Tony Pizza.
Oh God. Fucking character. Okay, so that one is vines. Okay.
Yes.
And then you had one that was okay, this one was pure black. Okay. So let's do this, and then we do this, and then I do that. Okay, and this one you put over here. Okay, and then you had, yep. Okay, then we're going to call the last one burning. Fair? Alrighty. Here you go.
Thank you.
You got it. I hope this helps.
It does.
All right, sweet. There you
All
go.
right. So I am fairly certain that okay, so the airy one,
Yeah, airy.
that one's also very bright, correct?
It's a kind of like a lightish blue light that is kind of like slowly undulating.
And the strong one is a strong, constant glow.
It's a strong constant glow, and the material is also incredibly strong.
Fuck. I don't know if that one might be sun.
So far on the ground, you have airy and solid glow.
Oh, what's the solid glow one?
Solid glow is it's slightly pale, but it is steady. All the other glows kind of move. This one is a solid, not moving glow. That's the one that kind of like sucked life out of you.
It sucked water out of me.
Sucked water out of you. Correct.
All right, I'll put that one by this one, which I believe is water.
Okay, you got it.
Now I have to figure out the pale light. The pale light one.
When
that
you
one
touched it, though, I must ask for a fortitude save. I am so sorry.
That's it. No, that's okay. 17 plus 8, 25.
You can feel that there's when you move it, there is a sloshiness to it. When you move it off to the right, all the contents inside kind of go like slurp up against that side and want to continue it that way, etc. Okay, so as you do that, you kind of like shake it and you're like, oh yeah, no, it kind of feels like that there's water inside.
Yeah. Cool.
Okay.
So I feel very confident about that one. Okay.
Okay.
So now I have so I have the pale light one.
Yes, you do.
Is that the opalescent looking, or not the opalescent? Is that the one that is different shapes?
No, that the shifting one is the one that's different shapes.
Ah, okay. Shifting is different shapes. Pale light is the... What's that one?
It's a good question.
Ah, it's the standing still one, right?
The one that is not moving at all, that is a solid glow, is this one.
Oh, but that one's sloshing like water.
It is sloshing, but its glow is solid.
Okay, cool. Okay, so sloshing doesn't matter. So I'm only concerned about these four now. I gotta put, please.
And you still
four.
have airy down on the ground and nothing down here.
I know. I don't know if I want to put it there yet.
Okay.
I'm trying to decide if I want airy to be on there for spirit. What did I have before? Airy was there, and it's not correct. So I'll put airy down at the bottom.
Okay, you put airy down here?
Yes.
Okay, so now you have... let's see. Oh, boy, you get zapped. So...
Well, do I need a thing?
Yeah, go ahead, give it to me. This is a will save. I believe it's a will save.
19 plus 10, 29.
So again, you recognize that something isn't quite right here. And therefore you take 1 plus 7 plus 6. Geez, 13, 14, plus 14, total of, excuse me, plus 8. So 14 plus 8, 22.
Okay. What's the will save? Is that just half damage?
That's it's half if you succeed.
Did I succeed?
Yes, you succeeded.
Okay. All right. So it would have fucked me up. All right. So I'm still okay.
Yeah.
You're
hurting.
Yeah.
You can feel it. Now, let me give you the hints of what you feel. Okay? So, well, actually, you know what? We're going to take a quick intermission for bio breaks and other stuff like that. We will be right back in 5 minutes time. Stick around. We will be right back. This is such a violent transition. Okay.
Yeah.
So we are back.
Yay.
Food and wine in hand. All right. Where are you and what are you doing?
Okay, so I got shocked, but I would like to state.
That's right. I was going to give you clues.
Right,
Okay.
I would like to add to it before you say your clues.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure. What's up?
Understanding that the ones that didn't shock me are correct, and the ones that do shock me are not correct. I want to gauge if any
you
of
froze.
them.
You froze after you said, and the ones that did shock you are incorrect.
Yeah. It's freezing again.
Yep.
Hold on.
You're back.
Okay. Okay. Am I? Okay. Because it's still glitching. All right. I would like to gauge this time as I brace for. Oh my god, it's still freezing on me. Okay. I think we're good. As I brace for like a bunch of them to shock me or whatever.
Oh, God, this is bad. So we are on the exact same internet connection. It's not the internet. It's Aaron. We need to get you a new PC. Are you good? No, you're not good. Okay.
All right.
I appreciate the patience. You're like, okay. All right. What do you got?
It's time for a new computer. All right.
It is. It really is.
So as I brace for impact, I would like to feel if any of them shock me more, as if I was way fucking off.
No. They
Okay.
shock you equally each time. So you
Okay.
simultaneously felt, let me see here. You felt, oh boy. You felt some of your life force disappear from you.
Mm-hmm.
You felt some of the energy that brought you into creation smack you across the face. You felt the everlasting change that exists in nature remind you of that by changing some of your body into something that manifested as harm. And you felt yet another truth about you come out. Give me a will save.
I was in the middle. Hold on. 11 total.
What is something about yourself you do not ever want to come out, but must?
Man, I wish it was the first one, because that first truth was kind of not great. I guess it would be that.
Keep in mind, as you say this, and this is going to be said out loud, he's listening. So when you deliver this information, it's coming from Bramble, not Aaron.
Okay. I don't know why the Circle of the Verdant Dawn chose me for my knowledge when I am so clearly a fraud in my craft.
Everyone has to start off somewhere. You are no exception to this. This is the first time you've ever done anything like this. By my estimations of looking at your body as it slowly falls apart under the duress of the elements, you will only have one additional chance to get this right. Do not concentrate with opposites, as you've done. I've listened to you think out loud. Good. Do not concentrate on opposites. Instead, look at the symbols and work them out in your mind. And then look at the cubes and work them out in your mind. Whatever you worked out, match them. You can do this.
I go over to the vines one, and I point to it.
That did not shock you. Yeah.
Yeah, and I point to it and I say, "Well, this one, focusing on the symbols, this one clearly looks like mountains. It looks like Earth, so therefore it's Earth. And this one looks like smoke, so clearly it's fire."
You're thinking in slightly different ways. Think of the energies that they are imparting to you. The one that you said was clearly earth is not clearly earth because there are vines. Is water not required for plants? Could it equally be water and earth? Is air not required for plants? Could it equally be earth, water, and air? Each of these means something different. What you are looking at for the vines is something that you can feel. It is something with which you are accustomed. Vines is a good choice for Earth. Go to one of the others.
I'll go to the one I thought was water. And I'll even pick it up and I'll like slosh it a little bit.
Yes, very clear. The presence of water is very often clearly understood. That is, I would believe, is a very good guess.
Did that one shock me?
No.
Fuck yeah, okay. And then I'll go to this one and I'll say the 4 pillars that connect your spirit to body. That's strength. That's a foundation.
Is it strength? Can you feel the presence of spirit against the wind? Can you feel it against a mountain or even a piece of paper? No, you cannot. In your eyes, the presence of spirit may be nothing. You would never know that it was there. Are you not surrounded by the spirits of those who have passed before you? Do you feel them? No, you do not. Therefore, would it appear strong, like the grasslands constantly burning under a light that they cannot abide by?
Okay, so knowing that the airy one was there and it was wrong the first time, I'm going to go to the shifting one.
Okay.
And I'm going to put that one over here.
Okay, what do you do with strong? This is the strong light. It is a solid object. What do you do with this? Keep in mind, this is the last I believe your body can endure. You are playing directly with the elements themselves.
Did this one shock me?
Yes.
Okay. Did this one shock me?
Yes.
Did this one shock me?
Yes.
And did this one shock me?
Yes.
Okay. So Bramble is going to look at these.
Here's what I'm going to do.
symbols.
I'm going to do something a little bit different for you. Okay? I'm going to... Let's see. This one... Yeah. Let's do this. So... That... Okay?
Uh-huh.
Dip, 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 dip. And... That...
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it says pure black, but here, we'll just keep it there.
That's fine.
Okay, cool. This one, we will do OBS colors. Okay, there we go. Nope, that's that's not it. That's not it. That's not it. Okay. Oh, it's this. Therefore, that should become that. Okay. Cool.
And then
And
that one.
this one. Yep, exactly. So this one we have as, there you go. So this way you know exactly what shocked you and what didn't.
Exactly. Okay. So Bramble is going to consider how the symbols look and how the cubes feel
Okay, cool.
based on what Alar says. So if this one is if that one is water, which to Bramble is arguably the most powerful element in terms of like force,
Okay.
then something that cuts through water would have to be stronger or solid, something even more solid than that. So I'm gonna guess that one might go there,
Which,
but I want
what that one? There are two that you pointed out.
strong,
You believe strong goes here.
maybe. But as I go there, I'm gonna look at Alar, understanding he may not know, but I want to gauge if there's an understanding of my train of thought. Like, does he get where I'm going with that, with how it looked,
You're
like how the
looking
symbols
at
look?
me for answers. You know that I can't not give them to you because this is your journey, not mine. I cannot walk these steps for you. I wish I truly could. I cannot. But, and then he rolls up his sleeve after the word but, and he shows you copious amounts of scars. It took me some time to learn as well.
You had to do this puzzle too?
It's the only way I could ever become a master of these archives. I had to understand the very underpinnings of nature.
I'm gonna set down the strong one on the ground, and I'm gonna go into the middle and sit cross-legged for a moment.
Okay?
And I'm gonna hold my amulet of the tree,
Okay.
and I am going to see. In my mind, I am calling out to Alicia, the dryad, the ethereal dryad from
Sure.
the Circle of the Verdant Dawn.
You reach out and you kind of feel that you are purposefully being withheld from contacting anything outside of you.
Man, I really have to do this by myself, don't I?
We must all walk our own journey by ourselves, yes.
But if I get it wrong, I'm going to die.
Yes.
Okay. Barbara has a folded up piece of paper of my backup character in her bag. Okay.
That's fair.
All right, so hold on. So I got strong light, solid, pale light. How does that one feel again?
The pale light?
Yeah. How does it look?
Oh,
Whoa,
dear God.
Jesus.
Hold on.
I just did tree shape.
you
big.
did just do tree. Hold on. I'm gonna shrink this down. You said you were in the middle, so there you are.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh.
All right, so there you are.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
How did pale light feel?
How did it feel when I held it? How did it look?
Pale light was somewhat amorphous. You touch it and it kind of changes a little bit, but no matter what you do, it always returns to its original form.
Oh
As-
shit, that one might be spirit. The shifting one is shifting light.
Well, you said that pale light might be spirit, and that's where it is by pointing at it. Is that what you meant?
No, that's
Okay.
what I think is spirit.
Okay. So do you want to swap them or?
The shifting one is just the light is shifting.
The form is also shifting, as if there is no physical presence to it until you let go, and then it forms back, as if it is true to nature.
Okay, and then do this one again. What's this? What does this one look like?
That's the one I've been describing. When you touch it, it seems a little bit malleable. When you stop touching it, it returns back to form.
So what's the shifting one look
The
like?
shifting one is without you touching it, it's constantly changing shape.
Oh shit. Okay. Fuck me. Okay, I could do this. All right, I need to write this down. So
Okay.
shifting is without touching
Mm-hmm.
shifts. Pale light is with touching shifts. Okay. Well, that's fun. Airy is the one that's very light, like weight.
Extremely light, yeah.
Light weight. And then what's the glow like?
On airy, like
Yeah.
a light blue, kind of moving in and out, no predictable pattern.
And then the strong one is solid, warm, strong glow.
Yes, that is. Yep, perfect.
Okay. And the ones I do have are earth, fire, water, and I thought that was moon. Pure black. I thought that was moon, so I'm gonna do the ones I have left are void, spirit, sun, and air. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so the ones I have are void, spirit, sun, and air. Spirit, I am 99% sure is that symbol.
The shifting without touch.
The 4 pillars and the
that.
dot in the
Yep,
middle.
Gotcha. Okay.
So, if that is that one, let me work on these symbols first.
Okay.
Void, sun, air. This one is incorrect. Pale light is not right. So that needs to go. Pale
so you put
light.
that down on the ground, or do you touch
I'll
it?
put it on. No, I'll leave it for now. That one shouldn't be there. Airy can't go up there because it was. So airy. So the airy one is lightweight and light blue. That one is air, absolutely air. The symbol for air is one of these 3. Okay, I could do this. Nancy Drew.
If you talk out loud, he may be able to help you a little.
Everything I'm saying, Bramble is saying.
Oh, okay.
Except for
cool.
Nancy Drew.
There's, well, you have to differentiate. You have to. You are locked into a room. There is but a door, nothing more. You hold in your hand a candle. How can you detect, without knowing the door is a door, that it is a door?
Because there's air coming through and the candle flickers.
Exactly. Air will always, like water, move around things. Look at the symbols. What do you see?
there is something moving around things constantly.
You take the word around literally. I do not mean it as such.
And there is something that looks like it's cutting through something.
Can air move and be split by solid things and continue to move beyond? Is that not the-
Absolutely. As he says that, I'm like running and I'm picking up the airy one and I'm throwing it on that one.
on this one?
Yep.
Good.
Okay.
When you stare at the sky and you see burning arrows casting down upon us and providing us with life, can you detect one particular portion of it than any other portion of it? Or is it all just blinding force, incredibly strong and powerful in its delivery?
It is incredibly strong. I'm going to take the strong glow and form, and I'll put that here.
Can you detect a single portion of it? Can you see details of it when you stare up into the sky? This is as much as I can tell you. You will need to do it the rest, otherwise you will die.
Shit, it froze again. Hold on. I lost. Hold on.
You're back.
Okay. It
Yeah.
might freeze again because it's frozen twice before. Okay. There it is. Now it's freezing again.
You're good.
Okay. So
Go ahead.
okay. No, I think I'm back now.
Can you detect, when you look up at Arios in the sky, can you make out any details?
Just this where they are, but they're all flickering and
When you look at Arios specifically, can you detect details, or is it just one solid beam of light coming down to you?
one solid beam.
If you believe that to be the case, then look at the symbols and guess again. Do you see more or less detail in the name of truth? It is solid. There's nothing more to it. It is unremarkable. It burns through everything. There's no additional details to it.
Okay, I'll put it up at the regular circle.
What do you put up?
The strong glow and form.
Okay, that's what you put up there.
Yeah.
Now, what will you do with a light that is pale? And when you touch it, kind of moves around as if it is not quite material, but always retains its true form.
I guess I'll put it here.
Why?
Because I really believe that this one is correct.
Here, before you put it on the pedestal, because if you put it up on the pedestal, then it registers. So we're gonna put it down on the right, like in front of it. Can you see? Of the objects in the sky, which can you see more detail of?
Planets.
Do you discount the moons so easily? Nordaga's eyes? Can you not
well,
see the features of it?
Sure, but I thought this was moon.
Can you, if you were to touch the moon, do you believe that it would fall under your grasp only to return to what it is?
No.
Then why would you put that there?
Is that Okay.
Which
hold
of
on.
these statements are more true? Out of the corners of your eyes, things move and change, only to be stared at directly. Then do you notice the detail. Or, I touch it, it moves around. It is not solid, but yet that is solid. Does that make any sense to you? That's how my
No.
teacher gave it to me. Very well.
So the first one made more sense. All right, hold on.
Take it this way. Of these two symbols, which do you believe is spirit?
This one.
Does spirit come with illusions, trickery, shape-changing?
No.
Then why do
So-
you have...
Okay, so I'll swap. I'll do this one. I thought I did this. I'll take the strong glow. I thought I did strong glow last time, and it was incorrect.
You move strong glow up to there, up to that pedestal. And he points to that distant one. You just did that.
I don't remember where it was before. All right, I'll put strong glow and form here, where I think spirit is.
You belong, that belongs there? Remember, when you stare at the object in the sky, can you see details of it, or is it a strong single light beam of
Strong
light?
single light.
Okay, is not that represented by a circle? Do you see more details in this X with the thing in the middle, or a circle with a dot in the middle? Do you see more details in those? If so, then strong and doesn't belong there. Represented with the sun. That is a circle. Nothing more. Plain and simple.
Well, they both have more detail than that circle, and
Both of them do, but that is a now you know which it does not belong to by exclusion. It does not belong to something that is so detailed that excludes those two last symbols.
oh. Well, that's a little backwards, but okay. So now it's these two.
So you believe
That
that
one.
pale light and shifting without touch. Where does
All right,
shifting
which-
without touch belong to?
That's so funny because shifting without touch and the pale light are the opposite, because one shifts without touching it and one shifts when you touch it.
From your perception, that is only a single aspect of it. The elements are much more nuanced than that.
Yes, I've learned that in this puzzle. Okay, one shifts without touching, one shifts with touching.
You're walking through a forest in the middle of the night. Do things move without you interacting with it?
Yes. That just describes the cube. It does not describe the element.
What does the element of moon represent? For this, you can roll if you want.
Yeah, I want it because I could have sworn pure black was the moon. So I'm in my head. The only two I have left are void and sun, which doesn't make sense. So
Okay,
yeah, I wanna
so
roll,
give me,
'cause-
yeah, it's a +7.
it's in the middle of the thing again. 19 plus 7, 26. Give me fucking answers.
So, what I can tell you then is. Well, he catches himself mid sentence and he's like, he pulls back. You can see he wants to help. He can't. But you recall. The fuck is my stuff? You recall the meanings of the elements themselves. And let me pull it up for you here real quick. Please, hopefully. There we are. You remember the moon as being represented by illusion and obfuscation and disorder.
Okay.
Okay. You also remember spirit.
Hold on. Hold on. I can't hear anything you're saying. Hold on.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
I can, but it's going. Just give me a second because it's gonna freeze again because it does a
Wow.
refresh and then I won't hear you again.
Oh, okay.
I'm so
Fuck.
does it twice in a row.
Yep.
I know. This is really, really bad
Yep. You there?
because because you're because you're lagging, so it's catching up. All right. I think nope. Here we go. Here it is.
Okay.
All right. I think we're good.
Okay. You also all right. So you remember moon is represented by disorder, illusion, obfuscation. You remember that spirit is represented by positive change, essence of life.
I'm so sorry. You're gonna have to repeat that again.
That's okay. That's fine. Moon.
One more time.
Moon is disorder and illusion. Spirit is positive change and essence of life.
What does, if I can ask, what the fuck
Sure.
does the black block mean?
Well, it didn't shock you. So,
Yeah, but
okay, so your logic brain is going to ask you, why are you thinking about that? It didn't shock you.
because logic brain thought that that was moon,
Mm-hmm.
and now I don't think that that is moon anymore, so I'd like to know what element that was.
Void typically represents antimatter
Right.
and negative force.
Okay, so that one's void. So moon is not that one. Void is that one.
What is
Okay.
opposite the sun in the sky?
The moon.
Where is the sun in this sky?
I don't know yet because
What is the burning round thing in the sky? Burning, this is very strong bright light. Where is the very strong bright light in this sky that you have?
oh, that one?
What is opposite that in the sky?
The moon?
Moon is illusion, obfuscation, disorder, which
Which would
exists whether or
be-
not you touch it.
Yeah, which would be without touching it shifts, which is the shifting without touch. Jesus. All right, shifting without touch goes there. The pale light goes there. Okay.
So you pick up the block
Yep.
and you put it
Let's-
in.
Yep.
All 8 of them, beams of different colors of energy, come down upon you, radiate towards you, and all of them are just, you can feel all of nature all around you. Until finally the cubes then pick themselves up, rotate a little bit, and land back down, but as they disappear, they kind of coalesce into the pedestal themselves, and then you see them appear out of the earth on the left wall. Congratulations. Not so many have done that. How are you?
completely frozen.
How do you mean?
Completely frozen.
Oh, you seem
Can
to
you
be
hear me
okay.
now?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. I heard coalesce into the pedestal, and that's the last thing I heard.
Oh, man.
I am so sorry.
No, don't worry about it. We will move on.
Okay.
How do you feel now?
Is that him asking me?
Yeah.
Okay. Relief, because I almost died back there.
Knowledge
I
is
think
never
I
knowledge is never gained without a price. It's the old axiom. Everyone understands that, except for a few individuals that you met above. For the stuff that they went through, he says as he places his hands on his knees, shifts his weight forward, and then stands up, looks at everything, clasped hands before him, dropping down casually in front. The people up front, or the people up top, do not always understand this. Yet they are masters of their craft. It's very easy to become lost. Nonetheless, I don't wish to delay you on your journey. You spoke a fantastic amount of truths, Bramble. Come this way. And he walks in between each of the pillars, looking back to make sure that you're following. And as he does, you can see luminescent mushrooms continue to glow, guiding a pathway into a chamber beyond. The chamber beyond is really nothing. It is simple dirt walls with holes, shafts, if you will, emanating from the center. So the wall in front of you, all the holes go away from you, etc. In each, he holds his hand out, and as if there was a beam of light, an invisible beam of light coming up from his hand, he shines it on each of the holes, just doing this on occasion. And you can see something new appear within, and as soon as the light moves away, the item itself disappears. This is the transient state of information. It is always there when you need it, and never there when you don't need it. That's as it was explained to me, and that still never makes any sense to me. It shouldn't to you either. I'm not your mentor. You earned this place with your scars of learning. That is what nature always wants. Now, you are stronger for it. Having said that, you just level to 4th.
Yay! Woohoo! I think as I was going through, I was like scooping up dirt to make healing plaster and just be like uselessly like patting myself out of habits.
Sure, of course. However,
Cool.
while lessons do come with a price, we sometimes also need to seek out everything. I believe what you are looking for is this. And he shines that light over one nondescript hole in the wall. And within that is a rolled up piece of paper. Looks a little bit on the age side. I believe you want that.
I'll take it out.
Do you have Foundry up?
No, because of my internet. I don't trust it.
Open it up. It doesn't draw if you're not using it, so by all means, please.
Okay.
So that'll take a little bit.
We shall see.
Always there when you need it, never when you want it. Exactly. Yeah, Crazy said that.
Oh, nice. Okay. I am in
You're in?
Foundry. Yep.
Okay, cool. I'm going to show you something. You unfurl that, and here's what you see.
Ooh, okay, I'm gonna read it.
So
The
this is a
torn-
it's a slightly torn page. It looks like it hasn't been repaired, so you have to be careful with it.
Okay. Verily, amidst the intermingling realms where light and shadow didst entwine, in epics veiled by the shroud of ancient yore, did Dircenox, born of the primeval dance betwixt Scythia and Nordaga. This is really old. I look up at him and I'm like, oh, this is like...
This is one of the more ancient of the texts. Yes.
standeth as a sentinel of equilibrium and balance. From the very essence of their being, Dursunaux didst beget the last seed, a resplendent jewel suffused with nature's existence.
Now stop.
With a touch. Okay.
Do you understand what you just read?
Somebody got the last seed before me.
What is their name?
Dursunaux.
And read that last sentence again.
From the very essence of their being, Dursunaux didst beget the last seed.
Stop.
So they sacrifice themselves
No.
for the seed.
Beget. From their own body.
Was the last seed. So the first Leshy's name was Dursunaux.
Continue.
With a touch of sacred reverence, Dursunaux didst tend to the last seed, weaving its enchantment into the tapestry of existence. I remember that from the last seed in the Ethereal Codex. With each seed of its lineage tenderly imparted, life restoration and safeguarding were granted unto the realm. So they created life restoration and safeguarding into existence. Through the ages, the Leshy wielded these seeds, shaping the course of nature, cultivating beauty, and mending the wounds wrought upon the land. So it's kind of like the Nordaga version of Sithlia, where they just did their thing and created stuff.
Nordaga is a facet of Sithlia. Yes.
Okay. Yet, as the eons unfurled their mystic skein, the balance didst falter, and the need for the last seed didst wane. Dursunaux, wise in their knowing, elected to safeguard the ultimate seed, concealing its radiant glow within a hidden sanctum. I remember that too. Therein the seed lay, nestled betwixt the echoes of time, its dormant power awaiting the clarion call of destiny. So, the first Leshy has been identified, and there's more of a kind of location nestled betwixt the echoes of time. So a land of shadow, and within
You're looking
time.
back at him.
Yeah.
He's walking away, maybe 10 feet away.
But does that sound right?
He turns around. I cannot walk your path. My shoes do not fit in your steps. But I can show you something, but only if we haste. And he begins moving at a quickened pace.
I catch up.
He exits, comes out of the tree, comes out to the street, looks both ways. Follow carefully. And as he does, he shifts over to the right, and you can see him. And he moves from shadow to shadow because it's now nighttime, until finally he arrives at the entrance to the hall, standing in just on the other side of a wall where there's a shadow cast by a nearby fire elemental within a small cage that calls itself a home. You come up to it carefully now, and with great speed and silence, and you can see him go through a small a small earthen window that had been almost naturally formed in the wall. He goes through it and onto the other side, now completely encased in the shadows cast by the walls surrounding the foyer. He walks through the undoored portal. He walks into the room, the foyer, with the stone polished, noting that some of these, get back now, you need to be cleaned. And some other things begin to shift as he does. Till finally he comes into the earthenware chamber, or into the earthen chamber where the council was. Steps there and presses his hand upon the table. And you can see now, show me where I am. And as he does, you see all of the forest of Thicket Home, where you are now, come to life. And then, with a much more effort than any others have done, he's not a physically strong person. He puts his fingers in, no claws, and tries to drag the map along. And as he does, each of the wood fibers then shrink down, only for new ones to show, like where trees are moving along the way, etc. And he
I'd
continues.
like to help.
Okay, you do?
Yeah, because I have thorns in my vines, so I'm going to where he goes. I'm going to follow him to aid in the.
Oh,
in how, like-
fantastic! All right, yeah, that's
Yeah.
awesome. All right, that's totally cool. Yeah, so you do, and he goes, "Careful now, follow my lead because you don't know where I'm going." And then he continues to pull, and then you pull with him, and it becomes so much easier. You are very clearly stronger than he is. And he continues to pull until finally a spindly limb comes out and with a finger indicates an area where the wood has started to have like it almost turned into an ebony and begins to spread out. One more time. And then he grabs it and pulls it back into the center. This is the only place on this entire world where permanently light and shadow dance eternally.
Where is this?
This and somewhere within it, and indicating a large area of land where permanent shadow has been cast, and you can see it is hugged by a range of mountains that follow around it. This is where you will find the hidden sanctum, or at least a gateway to it. It is the only place.
What's it called?
Deathgloam.
That sounds spooky.
It is, and time itself does not move in any sense according to what you are accustomed to. If you'll forgive me, this is not for our knowledge. And I mistakenly, he says to the room, as if the room were listening, mistakenly pulled it up. He puts his hand down upon it, and as he does, the ripples of the shock, very light tap, from it's what he can do. It does that. The ripples then erase the three-dimensional topography in front of you. Betwixt land and shadow.
I'm going to take his lead as like the room is listening, and I'm going to wink, and I'm going to say, thank you so much for this tour of the council hall.
He
It was
turns around and leaves.
beautiful. Okay, bye. And I'm gonna like run out like I'm like I accidentally like stole something.
Sure. You do. You catch up to him. You stride alongside him just as he's stepping out of the building proper and standing on the steps. He comfortably slips into a darker region, a shadow cast by a nearby wall. Sometimes, the best way to indicate that you know the most about something is when you say nothing about it. Keep in mind, wise minds do not speak, and only fools speak loudly. This is going to be information that will come handy to you, should you find what you are looking for. I wish I can help you more, Bramble, and I wish the Council can help you more. But by the time that the light comes back down and feeds all of the arboreals what they need, you will be long gone, as well you should be. The Council will still be ruminating of what it is that needs to get done. You proved yourself, not to a council, but to nature. And that is all that matters.
As listening to saying like less is more, Bramble is going to mouth thank you, and then like step backwards and like turn around and shoot back to Mortimer.
Yep. You start heading out of the city. You finally come out, and all you can hear is, "Oh, come on! That was a squirrel!"
Oh, why do you need to do that? That's a raccoon. Oh, God, I can't believe you're eating a raccoon.
And what you can see then is you can see Bob on the back of Mortimer, and he has like vine reins. And, come on,
If you got to learn, come on, you got to do this right.
he sees you coming, he goes, oh, and he hops off immediately. But they're showing him the ropes, and he like quickly shakes the vines free of Mortimer's mouth. Like, he doesn't need these, and he like tosses them behind him. 3 copper.
I already paid you, and
Damn it! And he goes,
and I'm gonna look up at Mortimer. Was he good to you?
I'm full.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to change that voice. I'll work on that. I'm full. No, I don't like that one. I'll work it out.
I think you got it 2 episodes ago. I think you had the voice.
Yeah, but
down
he
'cause
didn't actually
spoke.
speak. It was more of a.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Okay, so I'm going to just a tick. Hold on. I'm gonna run over to the Yelp bird and put the six stars in its beak, and then and then I'll run back to Mortimer and I'll say, all right, I got a place we gotta go if you want to come with me. And I'm gonna hop on his back and book it out of there, but find a place that I can take a long rest.
Fantastic. You begin heading north, and the last that we see of Bramble, just as you do, is that we pan back from the world map, and we can see Thicket Home in the southern portion of Tealfold Brake slowly fade away into distance as shadow and light begin to interplay of where the sun is on the planet and where it is not. And all we see is a dotted red line heading up somewhere to the northeast. Completely unguided. That is where we leave Bramble Clove until next week. So
Yay,
that's
we
that.
did it.
You did it. Congrats. All right. We need to find somebody to raid.
Oh, fuck. Hold on. Let me see who we got.
Who do we have?
Here we go. We've got...
Darling Creep Show. Let's see. We've got ADHA ADH Adventures. Blackwater D&D.
We've got Q Times, Darling Creep Show.
I don't think we've ever rated
Tabletop
Darling Creep
Rules.
Show, have we?
No, that's a really popular.
It's miniature
popular-
painting too.
Yeah, that's a popular channel over at Lich, so they're good people.
All right. Oh, all right. I will take that upon recommendation. All righty. We are going to therefore raid Darling Creepshow, who is currently engaging in miniature painting. Got a commission going on right now. So I don't know how much talking there is or anything, but there's 41 people now watching. So maybe you'll find something that you like. In the meantime, catch us on Wednesday when we pick up with the Cyberpunk Jaunt, Kill City Sinners. And then on Thursday, episode 1 of a new Pathfinder Seconded game. It's about relic hunters trying to seek out the truths of Evandale's ancient history. And I hope you guys enjoy it. In the meantime, let me get that thing going here. She talks quite a bit. Oh, cool. All right.
Yeah. Very, very cool people.
Awesome. All right, Darling Creep Show. The raid has just been set. I hope you guys have an amazing time. Aaron, how'd you like it?
Loved it.
Yeah? All right,
Yeah.
cool. All right, sweet. All right, guys. I will see you later. Stay dorkable. I'll see you on Wednesday, 8:30 p.m. New York time.
Bye.
Good night, everyone. Raid gone.